podcast ever recorded. And today, get your spray tan ready. We're headed off to ancient Greece. It's time to see if we're immortals. Let's go. I think, at least during the production of this movie, you couldn't find bronzer anywhere in California.
Probably not. I never even thought about that until you said that too. I was like, wow, that's true.
You're like, yeah, none of those abs were real.
I think they cleaned out every spray tan booth. I don't know where they sell spray tan at a booth somewhere. I don't even know.
And for good reason.
I'm sorry, we need it all.
We need it all.
We have 700 extras. And we got.
Sir, but this one has glitter in it. That's okay.
That's all right. They'll be in the back.
Yeah, that'll be on his butt. No one will see.
Ridiculous. What's up, guys? Welcome in. A 3-person booth today.
Trifecta.
I love it. It happens once in a while. We got Brian Draws Movies. What's up, man?
Happy to be here. Love coming to do these things.
I love whenever you're here. And for anybody that hasn't yet, I feel like we need to tell them more often. Go to Brian Draws Movies and buy some drawings from Brian, who draws movies.
There you go. That's a good plug.
All right.
Why didn't I even know that?
I did it.
We talked about it.
No, yeah.
Dude, my brain is
I
not
thought about
working.
bringing it in today. I have a Henry Cavill mug, but it's from Mission Impossible Fallout.
Still.
And I just thought the mustache would throw everybody off.
Cavill?
Cavill.
Henry Cavill?
I don't know. Cavill.
Secretly, I'm glad you did this. I don't know.
Cruella DeVille?
Nobody knows.
Henry Cavill.
Cavill.
Sure, whatever. Henry. So we'll just call him that all day.
Henry.
All right.
All right.
Thunder Steph is also in the building.
Hello.
Welcome, Steph. Great. Just keep doing it. That's fine. None of these people were Greek in the movie, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Right? They were
British.
They had British accents. Whatever, man. It's all good. Welcome in to both of you. We're here to talk about 2015's Immortals. And if you've never listened to the show before and you've chosen this episode to start off with, cool. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to tell you some vitals about the movie. We're then going to go scene by scene through this masterpiece. And then at the end, we'll say, okay, hold on. It's on Bad Movies Rules because it qualifies, because it's been rated badly. But does it actually deserve the title of a bad movie? And we'll give you our opinions, our reviews, all of that at the end. And just, hang back, hang tight, have a laugh with us. We're happy that you're here. The way things have been going, this could be a 4-hour episode. We don't know. It's kind of however long it takes.
Fingers crossed.
Even if we finish, you keep it recording.
Just keep going.
I'll find something to read. And
Perfect.
Like the back of a shampoo bottle while you're pooping.
The Pert Plus. I read a lot of Pert Plus bottles back in the day.
Yep.
That was my mom's shampoo and whatever I had to do.
And now
Steph, why do you keep the shampoo by the pooper?
Our bathroom's really small. The shower's right there.
You can reach it.
That makes sense.
I would preemptively be like, it's going to be a long one. Let me grab the Pert Plus.
And then if you're at someone else's house, you're like, if you took a dump, you're like, oh my God.
Whatever I have to do to make it smell better in here.
The shampoo smells.
Oh, literally the circumstances that would have to happen to make me have to crap in someone else's house, I would do literally anything I could.
Are you a shy pooper?
To have that not happen.
I am also a shy pooper. Ryan makes fun of me for it because I'll be at work and I'm like, oh my God, I need to go to the bathroom. He's like, then go to the bathroom.
No, I'll be home in 6 hours.
Yeah,
so.
I can hold it. I'll be fine.
I'll make it.
It's all good.
No problem. All right, let's get into the vitals here. As I said, we're talking about Immortals. This movie was directed by Tarsum Singh. Does that name ring a bell? I know your husband's not here to tell us his entire life story.
No,
Okay, that's all right.
And he also didn't tell me, thank God.
Have you ever seen, it's a really weird movie starring Jennifer Lopez and Vincent D'Onofrio called The Cell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
that creeped me out. Man, Vince Vaughn's in that thing.
Yes. That's the same guy directed this movie.
I went and saw that in the theater.
Me too.
And when they start the musical box with the intestines. Oh my gosh.
I can't, dude.
No way.
I never went back and saw it again, just that one time.
I actually think that's why I don't like movies like that anymore. Because the experience that I had with that movie in the theater.
No, Ryan did mention that actually. And he told me like the premise of it. And I was like, and they picked Jennifer Lopez and Vince Vaughn as the leads for that.
But look, Jennifer Lopez was having a moment. Right?
She was having a moment, a literal moment.
2006, I think that was, right? That was prime Jenny on the Block era, and she was doing a lot more. I mean, she's still working now, but it's not like, when she's in something like, I guess they put Jennifer Lopez in this, maybe we should skip it. But then it was like, oh, J-Lo's in a movie. Maybe she'll take her dress off. We'll have to go check it out to see.
Yeah, she's like 55.
But then she wasn't. She was only like 47 back then. Yeah. Tarsem Singh, the director of The Cell, directed this movie. The movie was written by Charlie and Vlas. I am going to say their names wrong. Parapalapanidas. Okay.
Yes.
That's the writers. Good.
Parapalapanidas.
Henry Cavill.
Cavill.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm saying that as if I've met him and I'm like, how do you pronounce your name? But I really don't know. It could be Cavill.
Movie stars Henry Cavill, Mickey Rourke, Freda Pinto, Stephen Dorff, and Luke Evans, along with other people. As we go through this, we'll find out who else sneaks in. A very famous British actor sneaks into this movie. The budget. This one shocked me. Okay. The budget of this movie, this one didn't shock me, $75 million. I'm like, yeah, it looked like an expensive movie. This is what shocked me. Box office of $227 million.
Wow.
This thing made money.
Quite a bit.
I watched this. It had a bomb written all over it to me. And, because at the time, Cavill wasn't like a known quantity. It's like his first starring role. It was like his tryout for Superman. The next year, it was Man of Steel, right?
Right.
So
really? 1 year later?
1 year later, he gets Superman.
This was like his breakthrough, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Then he gets Superman. But at this point, like, who's drawing people to the box office? Mickey Rourke?
No.
Right?
Not me, at least.
I like watching Mickey Rourke, but I'm not running to the movie theater.
No, you're not like, oh, got to go catch the new Rourke flick.
Yeah.
This actually...
He might take off his bathing suit. I don't want to be there for that.
Well, it's the same age as Jennifer Lopez. Exactly. So they look so different, though.
I don't know. I think they look exactly alike.
Maybe with the lights off. This was the end of the Rourke run. So, Rourke had that big run in the 80s, very famous. Then he kind of disappeared, and he had that big comeback with Sin City. And then all of a sudden, he's like in every movie. And he went on a run, The Wrestler. He did Expendables. He was Whiplash in Iron Man 2. He had all these flicks. Then he did Immortals, which made money. And then the rest of his filmography, outside of coming back to Sin City, A Dame to Die For, or whatever, I think is what it was called. I never saw the second one.
Nope, me neither.
But outside of that, a few years later, Immortals was his last. It's all been like 4 and under on IMDb, straight to DVD nonsense ever since. This was the end of the Rourke run.
Do you smell anything like he's hard to work with?
Yeah.
That's what I would guess. Just
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I would be.
Yeah, there's
my
an
assumption.
air
that
about
is
him.
Sure.
An assumption.
He does great in the right parts, but I'm not surprised at the same time. But yeah, I was surprised this was kind of the end of the Rourke-assance, whatever you want to call it. His little comeback. He's worked consistently since then, but not like in big flicks anymore.
Nope.
I don't know.
I feel like I've never even seen him in anything.
No?
To be honest.
You ever saw The Wrestler or Iron Man 2? Probably his two biggest, or Sin City. Those are probably the 3 biggest movies he did during his
I
comeback.
have seen Sin City, but it was so long ago.
And he was so heavily made up in that, like, he doesn't even look like himself.
Marv, he's like the main.
He's the big giant dude.
I'm pretty sure the only thing I've ever seen him in was The Masked Singer.
He was in The Masked Singer?
I think he was in The Masked Singer, but I'm not positive. So
Okay.
people
Good for
don't
him.
chew me apart for that if he's not.
He was in Once Upon a Time in Mexico. You ever see that?
No.
Oh, he was in that.
Yeah.
I almost saw that movie once too.
That was
Man,
I
I
like that
don't.
movie.
I don't see a lot of good movies.
No, you got to see some more. I'm sorry we're wasting all of your time.
I don't
which
have.
is
I don't have
garbage.
time. I either watch children's movies or bad movies
Or Tremors.
or Tremors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
exactly. I mean, and that's a good movie. So
Oh, I just saw today that they got the script rights back for that.
I know.
Yeah.
And Kevin Bacon wants to do it.
Yeah, they want to do another one.
You thought that would be one
my
he'd be
God,
embarrassed
yes.
of, but no, not at all.
no, why would you? It's
I
amazing.
know. It's great. It's great.
He was only in one. He doesn't have to be embarrassed of all the other ones.
It's not like Fred Ward, right? He
Yeah,
went back
God,
for
he should.
Tremors too.
He should be embarrassed.
So this movie currently sits at a 6.0 on IMDb, right on the line there. And get this, guys. I don't know if we've ever had one that was exactly right. They're exactly the same, but this is as close as it gets. 50% critic score, 49% audience score.
Wow.
So 1% difference.
Interesting.
Half and half. Half the people like it. Half the people don't. Same with the critics. I love it because these borderline movies, I never know where people are going to fall on them.
My top half liked
Yeah.
it. My bottom half didn't.
It made you have to
There's
crap.
only 3 of us. Yeah. Thankfully, I was home.
Split it.
Perfect. Well, I went out both ends after watching this movie. That's what I gotta
6
say.
hours after
Tell
work.
us how you really feel, James.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to dive in here. But before we do, want to tell you some more ways to connect with the show. And as you guys know who've been listening, we are in the middle of our big Patreon push. In fact, we've only got a little bit of time left, only go until May 19th. And if we can get to 1,000 patrons, we are going to provide some incredible extras. We are already putting out 4 separate podcasts besides this one on our Patreon. And so if you want to catch those, please please go on there and jump in. Soon to be a 5th, but we'll tease more of that later. Here's what I want to tell you. If you jump in now before the 19th of May, we are going to possibly do an entire cast review of Surf Ninjas, all 12 of us in here. We are going to film a short comedy based off of Baywatch, but set in Wisconsin. It's going to be called something, probably Green Bay Watch, maybe something like that.
God, that's perfect.
Right? And also, we're going to have a BMR calendar that we're shooting out to people as well, a photo calendar. And Bob is going to have his chest shaved by Ryan Madela on video on the Patreon with the Conan sword that we have in the other room. So that's going to be just a treat for everybody.
I would like to be present for that.
Perfect. Who wouldn't want to see that? That last one, I think, is going to be the one that gets people to sign up. Let's be honest.
We should make it his butt.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to start an OnlyFans account. Like this is what we can do on Patreon.
There's some underwear that's considered skimpy enough, but covers enough. It's like a short story. It covers the main parts, but short enough to keep it interesting.
I'll let you negotiate that with Carrie. Okay, how much Bob's allowed to show?
I don't think she'd care.
How much he shows on the internet?
Wow.
I don't know. Find out before we just start promoting it out here, okay? Thank you guys. Again, patreon.com/badmoviesrule. Let's get this thing done. We'll have a big party. It's going to be a lot of fun. Patreon.com/badmoviesrule. All right. Let's get to this ad break and we'll be right back. You guys ready?
You guys are.
There's a lot of fighting that happens in this thing, man.
Had to add some in. Okay.
This movie, man, it opens up with no context. And I'm just like, what in the sex dungeon am I looking at here?
I was too. I was like, for a second, like, what is weird window? Nope, tall people. Is this a urinal? What am I looking at?
It's ancient Greece, so who knows?
It gave me like human centipede vibes.
Right,
a little.
that's what I'm
They're
saying.
just holding like a piece of rebar.
I checked the box. Like, what movie is this?
What movie?
Oh, it's Immortals. Okay, all right.
Does that stuff bother you? The rebar in the mouth? Oh my gosh!
It looks like
feel it gritting against your teeth. It's like, oh man, like the American X where the curb stop.
That's like that sort of like, dude.
That's like, way different.
You can just feel that metal on your teeth.
It's like kind of jacked up foosball game. Yeah. So it's like kind of like what it looked like, right?
Yes.
Like it's just like.
But then they get like close to him and they're like super like crusty almost, and you're like,
they're cooking in the sun, man.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Like,
they ran out of spray tan. They were like, let's pick a different color.
Can we get somebody down here with a bottle of Jergens, please?
Yes.
Because these people are ashy as hell.
Yeah.
Who left them in the foosball cage? Okay. I know the gods get bored and they play around, but I mean, my God, can we get these guys some water and some lotion?
Welcome to the Ash Dungeon. Ass Dungeon? No.
No.
Ash
Not the Ass Dungeon, please. Well, Phaedra wakes up and she's dreaming this, whatever, the Ass Dungeon. She's having a dream about it, right?
Yeah.
Because in the thing, somebody, we don't know who yet, is firing an arrow and blowing the hole in the side of this foosball game. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh my gosh, Hyperion, he wants the bow. And she's like, this is what's going to happen in the movie. I got to let you guys know right now.
Yeah, we're going to expo dump real quick. And then like all of the ladies like wake up around her.
Yeah.
And it slowly, and you're just like, they're literally sleeping on like a 5-foot diameter circle.
It's like 4 chicks on a dog bed.
Yes, exactly what it is.
Right.
And they all just sit up like they were just super comfortable. And they're like, what's going on? Yeah. My oracle. We must pray. Oh, okay.
It's a weird thing because you don't understand what it is. But to catch everybody up, the oracle is these 4 women that sleep on a dog bed together. And only one of them.
It's also furry.
It's also one of them is the only one that can actually see the future.
Yeah, you don't know that yet.
No.
I assumed they were all the same.
Right.
When I first started watching, yeah.
Right. That's what everybody assumes. But it's really only 3 phonies and an oracle.
Yes. And the phonies are there to basically be exactly that.
Right.
To be phonies.
So nobody can.
So no one can figure out exactly who.
Right.
Is the one who hasn't gotten railed yet.
And that's right, because the oracle's a virgin.
She's a virgin.
That's right. You're right.
I don't want my visions anymore.
Maybe they did have visions before.
Maybe all of them
and then they got
Yeah.
railed, and now they don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
See, maybe women that just wait a long time eventually develop this superpower, but I mean, no one will know. I mean,
I'm going to tell my daughter.
Right.
I don't need a shotgun. You'll develop psychic abilities.
Wow.
Just don't.
Tell Ryan it's his fault. You can't see the future, okay?
Well, he's not the one that.
I don't need to know.
But sure,
I don't
I'll let
need
him
to
know.
Don't break his poor heart. Okay, whatever delusion he's under, just tell him it was
Yeah,
his
hope
fault.
he doesn't listen to this episode.
All right. John Hurt's voiceover comes over to give us some more exposition. Right?
What a great voiceover voice.
John Hurt's great.
He could do my life. That would be all right.
Instantly recognizable, right? Like, I know who that is.
He's from Indiana Jones.
Right. I hope he's in the movie. I thought it was just going to be the voiceover because sometimes that's all they do. But he actually shows up here in a minute. But John Hurt's like, the Epirus bow, there was a fight in the heavens and it fell to the earth and the Titans lost and now they're in prison and evil is back. So be ready and, all the stuff that we need to know as an audience. And then it gets into the actual story. Hyperion, a.k.a. Mickey Rourke, shows up at the Oracle's monastery.
And you know what it looks like he's wearing? It looks like he's wearing, do you remember, I never had one as a kid, but they'd have them at, department stores.
Yeah.
In the toy section where it's that pin box. It's a rectangle with all the pins.
Oh, yeah, and you dump
push
it
your
on your
face
face.
on it.
Oh,
to make
it
faces.
does.
Yeah.
It does look like the pin face thing.
It looks like he's wearing one of those on his face.
I thought you were talking about his helmet because there's times when he doesn't have the face thing on where it looks like it's like a crab vagina. Right?
Yeah.
It's like,
It's
What
like,
does the
you know-
crab vagina
No,
look
it's-
like?
I've never
it's like
seen one.
Mickey
It
Rourke's
is.
face?
I think that's from Teeth, the movie Teeth, I'm sure.
Oh, that movie.
Tim Burton made a SpongeBob helmet. And
It's got the crab claw on the top of it.
Yeah.
And teeth in a shape, in a suggestive shape.
that's what it looks like.
Okay.
Mithril.
It's whatever it is.
But I'm talking about
Terrifying.
that. Do you know the pin thing?
I know exactly what you're talking
Because
about.
I remember I used to
What was-
do a middle finger in it and set it back on the shelf
be
of the department store.
We're gonna get so busted, and you run away.
Or they have the really big ones.
Shut
like
up, Mom. It is
museums.
funny.
You know it's funny, Mom. Or they had the really big ones in museums.
The huge
where you
ones.
could put your whole body.
You can make your ass into it, right? Just leave an ass
Yes.
for people.
Just leave an ass for people.
What's up? Am I the only one that did that? And that's cool. It's fine.
Did
Was
you
that just
did you
me?
pull your pants down too?
No,
Why would anyone do that? That's
obviously not.
not sanitary.
Weird thing to say. The head monk is like, dude, you're gonna piss the gods off if you're here. You got to get out of here.
He's
This is
literally
not
just
cool.
stop.
He's like, it's not cool, man. Hyperion's like, the gods. What was he saying? Some bull crap about, oh, my wife and kids were
They
sick.
went through disease.
Oh, my gods didn't care about my family. Man.
Yeah, wah. So go ahead and start praying, and I'm going to dump this endless bottle
Yes.
of something on you that is just, for some reason, 20 gallons deep and just never stops coming out.
He's such a
Never-ending bowl. Yeah.
he's such a baby.
He is such a baby.
Honestly, this whole thing, his whole motive for releasing the Titans, because that's his thing, he wants to release the Titans to kill the gods, is because his family died. Boo hoo.
He probably was the
feel
one
like
that
you're being
gave
a
them
little
the
rough here,
disease.
James.
What's that?
He's probably the one that gave them the disease.
Yeah, he probably got it from them.
Yeah, yeah. And then he's like, you know what we're going to do instead? We're going to kill a bunch of women and children.
Right.
because
that tracks.
that makes
Set
sense.
the priest on fire.
Oh,
Yeah, just
let me enlighten you, priest.
Oh.
That's when I realized
get it?
it was oil.
Do you get it, priest?
Laugh, priest.
And he doesn't move. He sits there kneeling going, ouch, ouchie.
Honestly, it's probably Hyperion's fault. He probably wasn't working hard enough, had a crappy job, couldn't afford decent health care, and so his family died.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Who are
Probably his own
you
fault.
going to blame?
Him. I blame him. John Hurt is actually in the movie, and he's hanging out with a young Henry Cavill.
No, I didn't think about it the first watch, but second watch, I was like, Mom's okay with this? Just this,
Bro.
He's just hanging out with this old man.
He was.
You don't know that he taught him how to fight or anything, but this old man's just hanging out with him.
It's like, oh, where's that muscly arm faces?
You should swing that axe.
You're
knife.
very good with an axe, but not really
You want
because
a popsicle? Right. I mean, I've seen Family Guy. I know how this goes. Oh man, you do swing that axe. He is literally chopping nothing. By the way,
Yes.
I know they shot this in front of a green screen. There is no. Every time he swung that axe, it did nothing to that.
Exactly. And he's like, you work really well with an axe. I'm like, not
Yeah.
really. He's been chopping the same piece for
Not really.
3 minutes.
And also, okay, hold on. There's so much about this village is in the side of a cliff. Okay,
Right.
who settles there?
Naturally, that's the safest place.
Well, they rowed their boats up and they're like, here's fine.
There's an inlet. It's like 4 feet in. This will work.
Totally. Like, guys, we could, we just climb up. Like, no. We'll carve a ramp that goes up this entire cliff and we'll just live right next to the ocean in the side of a cliff where we could, trip and just fall to our deaths at any time.
Well,
Sounds great.
If you'd rather, we could go up on top of that cliff, and I've got some wood.
Right.
I've got a guy who knows how to chop.
That I can't
We could
chop.
build some
All
houses.
that stuff. No. That sounds like a lot of work. Let's just carve our homes out of the side of this cliff. It'll take forever, but we'll be fine.
Through the rock.
And then when we need to escape, we have to go through 3 miles of stairs.
Right.
That we carved into this cliff.
When you do this, if you're playing Minecraft, that's the only time that you would do this.
Yes.
No person would ever. It's the most asinine thing I've ever. Every time they showed this village, it pissed me off.
And then
It did.
it got like exponentially more complicated every
Yes.
time they showed it too. They'd just be standing and it seemed like just this small little like rocky area, and then it would like pull back and it would be this vast, like huge area overlooking the ocean.
When
with,
they at one point where they zoom out, all right, and there's tons of room on top of the cliffs.
Yeah.
and you're like,
Tons.
what is the point of this?
They had all the room and
They had all the room
There has to be a reason.
right. What is it though?
I don't know.
because
Rain.
it's cool. Rain.
They don't like rain.
It's like,
So I'd rather get the sea spray.
You know what would be so freaking cool though? You know what would be so cool though, guys? If we just stayed down here, that'd be so. We just carve it, it'd be like badass houses out of the rock. But Grandpa is 95 years old and he's been waiting to come to Greece. Yeah, but it's fine. We'll have this thing carved in like 7 years. It'd be totally fine. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, this is doable.
No.
No.
No one will ever find us down here. Oh, but wait.
That's funny you say Minecraft, because now you say it, like all the carving of the
That's what I'm saying.
landscape is like squares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Mom. Speaking of which,
Minecraft?
Mom works in the monastery. No, it's not a monastery. There's like a labyrinth temple with a candlehead priest. Okay.
Yeah.
And even Theseus is like, your priest wears a stupid hat. It's embarrassing. Okay.
Yeah.
And she works there. People call her a whore. Nobody likes his whore
right.
mother.
That stuck out. I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
that
like
doesn't-
Get
unnecessary.
away from the fountain, you
fit.
whore.
It's like a 21-year-old that having her first drinks, like, oh, you whore. It's like, whoa, that doesn't fit in this movie.
What happened?
It's 5 o'clock. I haven't called you a whore since lunch.
Yeah, it's about time.
About time. All right. The army shows up and they ring this warning bell or whatever and comes down to tell them all that Hyperion is on the way and that we all have to get to Tartarus because Hyperion has just been laying waste to everything he's been coming across.
Yeah, so now climb these 3 miles of stairs to get on the other side of this cliff.
We could have just lived
We
up
could have
there.
just lived on the top, but it's fine. This is fine.
No problem.
And they're telling everyone to leave. They're saying like women, children, and the men. And I'm like, wouldn't you want the men to stay and like fight or?
Well, I don't know. The other weird thing is they're like peasants and undesirables are going tomorrow, which apparently Theseus, who's Henry Cavill,
Yep.
if we haven't made that connection yet, Theseus and his mother are, but they look just like everybody else. Like I didn't get the sense that
It's because she's a whore.
is that why?
Yes,
I'm
because
sorry.
she was attacked and raped by somebody, so that
And
clearly makes her a whore.
He's the product of that.
Yes,
Theseus
so
is.
they are undesired.
Well,
Right.
because
He's a bastard.
and he's a peasant, right? So all peasants too.
Right, but they look like what I guess is if it was about his mother, you would think that when he says, "All right, peasants and undesirables are going tomorrow," and they look over there, and there's no one else in that line, like it's just them.
Yeah.
Right. Like when I say that, I mean you. Like you have to wait till tomorrow because you can't go with us, whore. You have to go by yourself.
Your spray tan's uneven. We can't have
Seriously.
that. That looks horrible.
No, or they're just jealous of how many abs Henry Cavill has. That could
Something.
be it too.
That's fair.
Right? He worked his ass off for this movie. They had a problem getting the financing together. And so 3 different times he was told we're going to start shooting.
Oh.
And went through this regiment to get, and it was all like body weight stuff.
I saw that.
'Cause
No
he-
weightlifting.
Yeah, he didn't want to be bulky.
Yep.
He just wanted to be cut. And so 3 different times he got his body ready and then ended up not having to shoot.
I would have quit. I would have straight up quit. Be like, no, it's not worth it.
Someone pays you to do
And
that, though?
It
That's your
wasn't
job?
worth it.
Right.
That's your job?
Even if it's your job.
I mean, I work in a fitness center and I'm still not
Yeah.
cut.
All right. Fair enough.
So I kind of get paid to do it. Not enough, I guess.
We got to talk about this other guard, Lysander. He's one of the soldiers that's, basically goes up to Theseus, and he's the guy that tells him, like, you can't go tomorrow because you suck and your mom's a whore.
Pretty much.
And
Your mom
he's like,
sucks.
you want to fight about it? Right? And that's what ends up happening. He's like, calls him a bastard, and Theseus punks Lysander in front of all these other soldiers, takes him, like, has the sword at his throat, gets the drop on everybody, and just makes them all look like a bunch of punks.
Yeah, we realize Theseus is a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're like, oh, damn.
they should have been like, no, he can come today.
Yeah.
He's fine.
His mom could come too. I really don't care.
Well,
Yeah.
bring your whore mother.
Bring the whore mother. Bring your
Fine.
whore mother.
Did you see what he just did to Lysander and those other three guys? You want to come? You can go to the front. Lunch. We can go.
Whatever you want, dude. You want my lunch money?
You can have.
Yeah.
You want my helmet?
Yeah, he's like, take my
Take
knife.
this. But no, instead they're still like, everybody relax, but you still have to go tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
'Cause
don't
your
worry.
mom's a whore.
We'll have we'll have someone stay behind for your whore mom.
Lysander is so mad. He's still calling him a bastard, even though he's got a knife or a sword to his throat or whatever. And then the other commander convinces him to let him go, and he stands up and he's like, kind of has that attitude like, the sun was in my eyes, you know? Right?
He sucker punched
I was
me.
just about to get him.
I was just about to. You didn't believe it. You're so lucky. And he gets fired on the spot.
Which I didn't really get.
Yeah, like you don't get to be a soldier anymore, but you still have to follow everybody
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I didn't really
Right, so
understand why he got fired.
Stay behind with the peasants and the whores because someone
Because now you
hit
is one.
you.
Right. That's exactly it. Later on that night, a couple of soldiers, this is why this place sucks. A couple of soldiers are sitting around eating bullcrapping with Lysander, and then all of a sudden they're like, weren't you supposed to be fired? Or whatever. He's like, yeah, I was. And he murders both of them.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know
That's
either.
such a great question.
I think they probably would have just let him leave.
Oh yeah, it's I don't even know if that was the exit. Is that the exit?
Well, because the next thing we
It's
see
just
him
off
is
the cliff.
he's defecting to
Yeah.
Hyperion. But so I think he was like, I want to go be on the other side, but I have to kill you.
Even if that's not the exit,
Yeah.
he was like, I want to ring that bell. I've seen you guys do this for a long time. Before I leave, I gotta ring that bell.
You gotta ring that bell.
Is they kill him, and the last guy he kills him. It's so dark. You can't see anything. It was 13th. It was way worse. I
was.
felt bad about making fun of 13th Warrior after I watched this movie.
Yes.
It was very dark.
Okay.
Because I was trying to watch it today, don't tell my boss, at work a little bit to like,
Sure.
refresh my brain
Yep.
on it. And
Yeah.
it was on my phone and I'm literally like, I could hear it, but I'm like, I can't see anything.
I wonder what's happening. I, don't
I
know.
wonder what's happening.
But
Something
he kills
cool,
the
I
second
guess.
guard, and he pushes him, and that's how close he was to the edge. He just falls.
Yeah, and they're just hanging out there.
Right.
Like, why?
the how fast I would die just when I went to go take a piss or something. Like I would literally just be like,
Can you
"Where's the
imagine?
bathroom? Oh, shit, I'm dead."
Can you imagine being drunk up there? Like, that would be bad.
Again, sorry, falling soldier, but all I thought about is who would live here? Nobody.
No one with brains.
Nobody.
And especially when it's not protecting you either. People know where you are and they're coming for you.
right. You're
Right,
not like-
You would think
exactly.
maybe that would have been the
It's
one
a
reason. Like
secret.
no one will ever find us.
No.
Look into the edge and be like, oh, no one over this way.
It's because they built they chiseled a sign on the top that was like "Village down here."
Yeah.
Well, and they also have a giant bell.
Yeah. Dong. They
We
heard
live
that
here.
in Athens. Up in heaven, the gods are watching from their porch or whatever. You know, right? Yep.
They're also on the edge of a cliff.
They're just like kicking back, right?
The cloud porch.
The cloud porch.
They had the tiki lights out.
What are the humans going on?
Yeah. Oh, this seems to be bad. Should we do something? Nah.
Can't they see them up there? I feel like you could see them.
I mean, they're in like shiny gold too.
Right.
You're like, what is that?
You're high up, but you're not that high up.
Yeah, if they can see the ground.
That's what I'm saying.
If you can see them, they can see you.
Right.
Good thing these idiots live inside the cliffs. Because if they were on the ground, they'd be like, oh, crap, look at that. Look at that.
Look
Right
at
up
the
there.
gods are real.
Oh, my gosh. That's
Oh, my
Zeus.
God.
Hey, Zeus. Yo, what's up, man? I love you. Where's
Zeus.
Athena? She's my favorite. Could you tell her to come to the edge?
Poseidon, bro, can you really breathe underwater?
That's so
Dance at
sick.
Athena, dance.
That's so sick. I'm going to get my friends. That's what it would be like.
Can you bless my baby?
They're all beautiful. They're all sitting around like polishing each other's abs or whatever they do. What do you do? Talk about what bronzer they're using, right?
They make
Yes,
golden balloon helmets for each other.
Curl cream. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Or maybe
Oh.
they're gods.
Zeus shows up. Luke Evans, here he is, looking beautiful.
And is he supposed to be their dad? Because he's the same
They're all-
age.
it's the first time I've ever seen Zeus depicted as the same age as all the other ones.
We can talk about that now or later.
Let's
how
just do it
lame
now.
that is.
It's so, how do you
Just get
feel
this
about
out
it,
of the
bro?
way.
I thought he did absolutely fine as the character.
Yeah.
But it's not what I wanted in the movie. In fact, all of the gods are all cookie cutters except for their weird helmet and the tool that they're holding.
That's it. They look the
There's
same.
Yeah, it was
nothing
really hard to tell them apart.
distinguishing.
No.
Nothing like
The only
Zeus
reason I knew
is
who
the,
Poseidon
is
was.
the
Yeah.
the god of
It's 'cause of
lightning.
the Triton or whatever.
The yeah, sure.
Yeah.
The god of lightning who doesn't throw a damn lightning
No,
bolt
he uses a fire whip.
the entire time.
Yeah,
I'm not. I do that when I get older. I don't do that yet.
Yeah.
I haven't got that yet.
Only when gray hair enters my beard do I
got
use
start.
lightning bolts.
Yeah, I got struck by lightning when I was in the clouds.
That's right.
That happens later.
Now I'm scared.
The only one I could tell who it was Poseidon because of his trident.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
that
even
was-
then, honestly, like I knew they were gods. I didn't realize that they were representing like
no, they were.
Zeus and Poseidon.
Yeah.
And
They're like, why are you helping Theseus? Because he's like, we shouldn't be helping people. He's like, will you help Theseus? Like, yeah, as his friend.
as an old man,
Okay.
any old man would help a little boy,
Right. And they're like,
of course.
well, why? He's like, because he's cool as hell.
Yeah. And
And you wish you had a friend like
he's
that.
going to be Superman someday, bruh.
Okay. Did you see his abs?
Did you see his abs? There's not even a spray tan on those. They're real.
That's right.
Calisthenics.
Be so for real right now, son.
Be so.
Come on. Look at those things.
Look at those things. They pop.
Of course I want to hang out.
I bet he has the hip V and everything.
I'm just trying to figure out how to work it into the conversation and tell me how to get those gains like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got to come up a little bit, right?
I probably shouldn't have picked to be an old man. That's making it a little tough.
Now I have to be like, I'm asking for a friend of mine.
Yeah.
But
What
how'd you
protein powder
how'd
do you
get
use,
so
bro?
shredded? Yo, Theseus.
Do you even lift? Nah, man. This is body weight. Calisthenics only.
Serious. Only God. He already looks like a god. He's not a god. That's why he's my friend.
Yes.
Okay? Jeez. But seriously,
we didn't even
I'm sick
have
of
to-
hanging out on the cloud porch with you guys. It's
Honestly.
boring as hell.
get down there and do something, but like disguise yourself as a famous British actor.
Yeah. Not a statue.
You can be Helen Mirren.
Yeah. I call Anthony Hopkins,
You can be
okay?
Anthony Hopkins. Fine. But you can't
Perfect.
be yourself. In fact, one of you sons of bitches helps these people as a god, and I'll can kill you. Okay?
and not with lightning.
Be so for real.
Be so real right now.
I will kill you. And they're all like, damn, all right.
Oh, Dad is mad.
He's so upset.
Dad's
Yeah.
mad.
And please note that he says he will be a great leader. He just has to decide to do that himself.
That's right.
That's what he says.
Right. Oh, like, yeah, right.
so he's like
One day.
pushing him in the direction.
Please
to
remember,
be a
because
leader.
later he goes, you need to go lead them, okay? Don't disappoint me.
'cause
Just go
This
do
is the
it.
last time we're intervening.
Because time has run out at that point, right?
Yeah.
Like a couple weeks ago, he's like, you feel like
Man,
leading some people? Or?
I thought you were cool, but I didn't realize you were dumb. Just go do this.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Speaking of dumbasses, Lysander shows up at Hyperion's court,
Yeah.
okay, to defect. He's like, I want to switch sides, you know, like you do when you're playing war with your friends.
Yeah. They have more, they take
losing.
more people out on the other team. Like, no, switchies.
I'm switchies. Yeah. He goes over there. He's like, all right, I want to be on your side. And Hyperion's like, I just thought. I just thought of the Dark Knight. He's like, we're gonna have tryouts, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
you're gonna love the tryout plan here, Lysander. Everyone as you walk past to get into this meeting is horrifically scarred and disfigured. Okay, like he's a moron that he thought he was just gonna walk in here and be like, oh, cool, you want to be on my side? Sick.
Welcome, bruh.
Here's some cool armor.
What up, King?
What up? What up, kid?
Here's a needle mask. Enjoy.
Lysander's like, I can show you where to get chicks and weapons.
Yeah.
I got
have
that.
chicken.
He's like, where do you have the hottest chicks and the coolest weapons?
Yeah.
Well,
You're like, Why does he have to be eating in like every scene?
I think that's probably a Mickey Rourke thing. I want to be eating in this scene.
Yeah.
It makes
Because he's a beast. That man's a beast. He's a mythological legend. There's the Yeti, Bigfoot, and Mickey Rourke.
I can
and
get
he's all
you
of those things.
Yeah.
hotter chicks.
Without the scars, I can get you whore mothers.
That's right. I know there's one
Don't you
girl.
like a wilf?
I'll get you a
Whore
real
mother I'd like to
bull. Yeah, oh, jeez.
I got this one girl. I know she's a sure thing. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear about it in the village. That's all we hear about. He's like, I need the bow. That's all he cares about is this bow, the Empress bow. And I can't find it, man. So if you can help me figure out, where the bow is, then that would be something I'd be interested in.
But
He's like, watch what happens when I ask this monk where the bow is.
Yeah.
And they pull this monk in. He's like, this is crazy. Watch what he does. Watch what he does. Hey, monk, how do I get the oracle to tell me where the bow is? Slices his own tongue off.
and immediately he's like, well, you didn't really need that anyway.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, and we'll get you to talk regardless.
The
All right,
monk was
take
like,
him away.
This is the 6th month. I all do it. It's hilarious. We'll bring another one in. Hold on. Watch this.
He really is like really calm about it too.
Right.
He's just like,
Okay.
I know your religion.
Well-
We can get you to talk, so take him
Whatever.
away. Have you had kids?
He's like, cowhead, get in here. Get in here and rip this guy's face up for me real quickly. And he just like scratches the crap out of his face. All right, this is the best part.
Is the best part. That's a great way to set that up.
Do you
No,
have,
this is what
do you
Hyperion
have
thinks.
kids yet?
He's like, this is the best part. You're going to love it. Do you have kids yet?
Yeah.
No, because, what does he say? Some bullshit. Your prodigy is going to be, is a man's ultimate victory or something.
It's like a man's ultimate weapon or something,
Right.
and you're a traitor, and we don't need
Right.
your sperm running around
Right.
here. So
he's like, so we're going to cut your nuts off now, but not with a pair of
with a
clippers.
sledgehammer.
But this Minotaur here is going to swing his hammer like a 9-iron right into your man nuts.
We're playing croquet. Did you see the beginning of Heather's? It's a lot like that. All right. This bull's coming in. He's got a croquet hammer.
Garden party.
He'll put one little hoof on one of those balls and then whacky.
Talk about quick and dirty.
Oh.
It's just like, no, you're fine. Right where you're at. We'll do it right here. Right? And then
Yeah,
you
just spread your legs
Spread
open.
his legs
open.
Oh boy, he's gonna
Now
get
who's
raped
the
by that hammer.
He's got about 130 yards to the tee here. It looks like he's going to be using a set. Dude. It was a golf shot. It was bad.
He tested the wind. Yeah, all right.
It downslopes a little to the left.
The clickety
It's always sloped to the left.
Always to the left.
Always.
Short shriveled into the left.
Poor Lysander. Well, not poor Lysander. Screw that guy. But still.
But still, poor Lysander.
Oh, my gosh. Back at the village.
Meanwhile, in the village,
Meanwhile, in the village.
Theseus is staring at a tree that he used to smack with a stick. And really in his feels, he's all up in his feelings about it.
It's like, oh, look at that, Mark.
He's so in his feelings about slapping this tree that he doesn't hear his village being murdered by Hyperion's army.
fires are starting. People are screaming.
That's what I'm saying.
He's like, man,
He's like, what?
good times.
He gets back over there. Oh crap!
I should go help.
They're getting killed over here. He hides behind a rock. He sees him grab his mom. No! Cocks his arms.
Oh, yeah, he does. He reloads his biceps. He's ready to go.
Right, he transfers them from his abs. His abs is like the clip, like the magazine, you know what I mean, right? And it spits it up to his
Like
biceps.
he's like a buff human transformer.
That's what it is. He's mad. His abs are angry. He leaps over this rock and kills 10 guys.
What a cool sequence.
Great.
It's such a great sequence.
100%.
I mean, he just spears like just like three in a
Yes.
row, like just like a shish kebab.
more of this, please.
Yeah.
All right?
Yes.
And his full court dart shot
Was awesome. The whole shot was awesome because when he first throws it, you watch it fly forever.
Yes.
You're like, that's going to hit that guy.
He's got this.
It was awesome.
Duck,
And again,
Mom.
Yeah.
the last army didn't realize it. Yeah, seriously. Mom. It hits her between the eyes.
Oh, my bad. She was a whore anyway.
The last army didn't realize after he punked their guys. Why isn't Hyperion like, you're in our army now, so that's cool because I just watched you kill 12
Right.
people. Right.
Or say that guy is dangerous. Just kill him.
Just kill or just murder him.
Yep. We caught him. Yeah.
No,
Kill him.
to the salt mines.
Yeah, this is the Austin Power moment of like,
Yes.
I'm sure something will kill him.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
we're going to take away all the guards and we're going to give him one inept guard and we'll just take him and make him a slave because I'm sure he won't come back to bite us in the ass at all.
We have 2 other slaves already, so he could
Yeah.
totally walk with them.
And
Right.
one of them, Steven Dorff, who's super hot, so he'll fit right in. You know?
Right, exactly. His spray tan's on point too.
100%.
And he also loads from his abs. So
He's got. Is he a sex symbol, Steven Dorff?
For somebody.
in this
For
movie,
somebody,
For
someone who
somebody
doesn't like
somewhere.
broad shoulders.
for somebody.
He's got the smallest little shoulders.
Bro.
He does. His head looks so big.
He's like
'cause
a
his-
spear.
That's probably why he normally has clothes on.
I'm surprised Henry Cavill didn't pick him up and talk.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Oh, sorry, Steven
Thought
Dorff.
you were a
I
spear.
thought you were a spear.
He's pretty ripped, but it's weird. He has
No.
this like teenager small shoulder body.
I'm going to say
thanks
things.
for that because I thought he looked good and now I'm
Yeah, you
just thinking
did.
about a teenager.
Gross.
Girls are into Steven Dorff. It's a thing.
He also, if you had an award for swagger,
Sure.
when she's like, "Are you a thief?" He's like, "I still am a
Like,
thief.
oh, yeah.
So,
If I didn't have these shackles on,
sweetheart.
I'd steal your heart."
Yeah. Dude.
I was like, oh, really? Okay.
See, I don't know what it is.
Because you only saw his head at that point.
Exactly. And then he went pan to his shoulders and I was like, whoa.
Oh
I'm gonna
no.
say
Oh, no, he's
something
12.
about Steven that might upset people because he has his fans. I like Steven. He's been good in other things. I didn't buy him in this part at all.
In this movie,
No.
not just this part. In the movie,
No.
it's like a Baldwin brother was put in this cast.
Right. It'd be like
Yeah. Or
he's
like
with the other slaves, and all of a sudden it's like Pee Wee Herman is in
Yeah.
there, or like somebody that you just
a
like
Wahlberg.
a Wahlberg is Mike Wal. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Donnie.
Donnie.
Somebody's
Donnie
asking-
Wahlberg.
Asking about Cavill's mom.
The other 5 are all the new kids on the block. That's like the other slaves.
Yes, perfect.
All of them. That'd be bad.
Hey, how's your
it takes
mother?
you out of it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It did for me. Yeah, he
Yeah.
had the wrong haircut. Just didn't look like he fit.
Sorry, Steph. I mean, you know.
It's all good. It's all good.
You still give him the
He's not my top hot babe award anyway.
I was like, when we get there, you want to give him the rain award, you can. We'll figure that all out at the end, okay? All right, but they send him to the salt mines, but not before murdering his mother right in front of him, so he could have his Batman
Yeah.
moment, right? Witness hell. Witness hell.
Oh,
Bad.
It is
cut
bad.
Cut her throat.
But like, why?
Because he's an asshole. Like he
I
doesn't
like
have.
obviously. Like he's just
Right.
a dickhead.
He is. He
is?
literally has a crab vagina on his head. He's
I mean-
eating. He's eating in this scene too. He's like,
Yes. Oh my god.
Right?
Like. It was even worse the second time I watched it because I had a headphone in and it was
Yeah.
like. and like,
it's
God
probably-
damn it!
the same reason Brad Pitt eats in all the movies.
Oh my god! Okay,
Because he
so
wants
Brad-
to be seen more as a normal person and not so attractive.
No.
So Ricky Rourke probably has that
Probably
same.
what it is.
It's probably the same.
He
thing.
wanted to be seen as a crab vagina.
It's something to do.
It worked.
Right? Because otherwise, I don't know what to do with my hands. Right?
You can do anything with your hands. It doesn't have to be putting food in your mouth.
Yeah, I don't know.
Every scene, it
He should have just had. Like,
It
why doesn't he
severely
have a
bothered
slave
me.
feeding him either? That's what I don't. You know, he's supposed to be this.
Right.
You know, malevolent.
he needs to have a
king.
slave on a leash.
Right?
Drags around.
Something.
Feed me,
I just
slave.
I didn't get that he was all that evil of a guy. You know, through his actions.
He
in this
seemed
movie.
tired. Like he seemed.
No, he's a barbarian. Are you nuts? The man's insane.
He literally seemed like exhausted
The whole
like
time.
he was like, I've been at this for like 20 years.
Yeah.
My face hurts and it looks like a vagina. And I
Seriously.
really just want this to be over.
kind of over
So I'm just gonna slit this bitch's throat.
That's right,
And
it's fine.
move on.
The slaves stop at this pool. They're like, we're going to the pool with the oracles. The oracles are also there.
Go to the pool.
Yeah, who made that? Like, why is that there? How was there plumbing? There were pipes in the pool. Where's the plumbing coming from? If Kurt was here, I'd ask him.
No, there's more slaves underneath the pool, like on hamster wheels.
Oh, yeah?
That are spinning a well that shoots
Yeah.
it up out of the ground.
You couldn't see the cliff village for the other cliff
the
village
other
right
cliff
next
village
to it,
underneath
pumping water up to the pool.
for this tiny pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, on one side it was the crap village with the peasants, and on the other side it was like Shangri-La.
Yeah.
Right?
It was a paradise.
It was.
It was the pool on the roof.
And Stephen,
Yeah.
it
Yes.
was
Yes.
from Hackers.
Yeah, there you go.
Stephen Dorff, as you said, trying to mac on one of the oracles, right? And as the oracle walks in, she rubs up against Cavill's foot, who's collapsed, on a bench there, and she like orgasms.
She has the weirdest vision
Yeah, she
I've
sees the
ever
future.
seen.
She sees the future. She sees how many abs he has. She's excited about that.
She sees
knows
that she does him.
She sees that he spins around in a clump of bodies with a bow in his hand, chilling with Hyperion.
Yep.
Right? All that stuff. She gets pretty pumped about it. She's like,
Yeah. She's like, stay alive.
make sure he's got
gonna
food and water, please.
Spit water in your mouth.
I'm going to feed him like a bird from the pool.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? While she was drinking from the pool, she cupped her hand, lifted it vertical to her face.
Yes.
I was like, she didn't get any water while she was drinking. And then she was by Superman, baby birding water into his mouth. And I said, where is that water coming from?
And the shot, though, like, it's just the side of her head, and you can't see anything.
No.
And so you're kind of like, what are we
watching her regurgitate.
And then it just pans around, and she's just like, like spitting into his mouth. I'm like, okay.
It's from a water reserve from months ago. Like, you ever
She's
see
a
David
camel.
Blaine will do that, where he'll like swallow something and then regurgitate it later on?
No.
That's what it is.
No, I have
Must
not.
have missed that one.
Yeah.
I think he was
She's
just
like-
sick. You saw that in TMZ.
She's a camel.
He was drunk. And,
He's a camel.
Yeah, she can go. She
She
can go
kept
a
it in
long
her
time.
hump.
There's,
Yeah,
there's a water pack in there.
Her lovely lady lumps.
I bet you it was the hat that she had on.
It's huge. Full of water.
There was
They all
probably a
look like-
canteen up there. She had one of those hiking canteens. Yeah.
Don't look.
She had a velvet helmet with the 2 beers on it. It was a red velvet kind, real fancy.
The Greek version.
Yep.
The Greek
And Henry Cavill's like, wait, this is vodka. What are you doing?
Sick.
But-
Let's
but-
party.
Yeah, but thanks for bringing up the hats, because they all look like Oriental lamps.
Yeah,
like
they did.
all of them look like different versions of lamps, and it was very interesting.
Once they get the oracles in total darkness in wherever they're staying inside this pool area, and they all conspire together to get the guards to come over to murder the guards so that the one true oracle can escape. But none of it can you see. None of it. I watched it once in the middle of the day. I thought, okay, the next time I watch this, I watched it at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Every light in my house is off. To take my notes, I literally had my phone with the flashlight turned over so I could just tilt it up and write something when I needed to. Absolute pitch black. Still can't see anything. Nothing. I'm like, I think they killed the guards. I don't know. You don't know what happens until all of a sudden her and Henry Cavill are chilling at a fire in some other location talking about, must really suck to be an oracle, right? Oh, yeah, it's a big burden. I don't know.
She's like, oh, it's a gift. And he's just like, no, it's not. He's like, it actually sucks. You can't do anything about what you see.
But
and she's just staring at him like,
Yeah.
what the
But from the time where they supposedly kill the guards to then, there's
Nothing happens. How do they get there? How far away is it? Does
That's why
everything in this movie take place in like a 1 mile radius? Because they end up in one location and then very, very, very
Yes.
quickly end up in another location or back to the village.
That's why they had that 1 minute fade. The fade was so long. It was like you see the moon and the other half kind of fades to a different thing.
How did you see that?
Oh, I did.
What kind of magical television do you have?
It was very dark. But
I saw the moon. That's
it was that
all I
old
saw.
TV too. TV in my living room, garbage. I can't see.
Meanwhile, and then Hyperion's pissed that the other 3 oracles that are left that he has are worthless. He's like, go find the good one, right?
Hey,
Yeah,
all your hymens are broken.
right.
You're useless to me.
And I checked.
And,
Okay.
well, and he literally says, he's like, if I have to get it out of you in a different way, it's going to be really uncomfortable for you. And I'm just like,
because of your gender, as he's holding hot wax.
Yeah.
what is that?
He had a candle, so hot wax.
I'm gonna
Something
dip this-
specifically
yeah.
for women.
I'm going to drip this down your spine. We're going to find out what you like.
Jeez. When he finds these 3 women and it cuts back to them, they're all beat up. And I'm like, from what?
The fight with the guards that you didn't
That
see.
we didn't see.
Right. And he's just like, what happened to them? Like, they tried to run away. They killed 7 men. He's
Right.
like, oh,
All right, well.
okay, well, so which one of you can tell me stuff?
Right. And he murders that guy. Anybody that delivers a message to him in
Yep.
this movie gets killed.
Yep. And
Every
it's
single
not
one of them.
0% their fault. And he's
I
just
wasn't
like,
even there.
Yeah. Like, okay.
Right.
Goodbye.
Did you notice? No one's going to notice this, even anyone listening. But the bird, he kills that dude, and the bird's like, "What?"
The bird,
They do a close up on the bird, like, "What the
And
hell?"
even the bird is pissed. This guy's ridiculous.
Guys, he's gone crazy.
Ridiculous. It's a good thing it's the only army employing birds, or I'd work somewhere else.
No.
Ridiculous. All right, the good guys come up to the dark seas, which are rich with oils. And they're like, we're going to hijack this boat and take it south. He's like, no, we're going north because I want to go kill Hyperion. He's like, let's do everything you want to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
He quickly changes his mind. He's like,
Yeah.
that guy's crazy.
I'll go with you.
I'd rather go with the crazy guy.
Oh, we'll go follow what this whore wants to do. And then he gets Steven Dorff on the ground. Is it something I said? They have a...
That is the moment I was like, this guy is a Wahlberg. Because this is the way he's talking. I was like, what are you... This dialogue
ancient
doesn't even
Greece.
work. Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. They get on this boat because like, oh, it's just a merchant ship. And turns out they brought a ton of dudes.
Yeah.
It's not a merchant ship. There's all these dudes on this boat. Bad guys.
They were just like, oops.
We're going to kill you now.
They
Poseidon.
were just waiting underneath. Who knows what they're doing in the bottom of the boat?
I know what they're doing. I
Oh.
saw what happens in the camp.
Yeah.
Okay? Hot wax.
Hot wax, oil,
All kinds of
lots
stuff.
of oil.
Weird helmets.
Weird helmets.
Endless oil.
Adult foosball games.
They walk up with the helmet all ashamed. Oh,
Yeah.
what are you on the boat for?
Oh my gosh, the good guys are here
don't
adjusting their helmet.
don't tell anyone what you saw here.
Don't, please. Where's my sword? I'm just going to run up with my fists. Like this.
It's lodged deep in your Johnson.
That's right. Get out of here. Man, why does he only have baby oil from his elbow to his fist? I don't understand. We're ready to fight.
I regret asking what they were doing under the boat.
You know what, guys? We'll just go. We won't say
Yeah.
anything. We'll just go.
Hyperion.
Don't worry about
He
it.
takes everybody, man. I don't know. Poseidon's hanging out on the porch, and he's like, "Watch this." Jumps off the god porch.
Yep.
And dives into the ocean, and sends a huge tidal wave.
A huge, like non-survivable tidal wave.
Right. Humongous.
Humongous.
Like tsunami.
Tsunami into rock.
Right. And
It
so
slams everybody into the side of a cliff.
Cavill can see the wave coming, and he wants to bail, but the oracle's like, when the cloudless sky thunders, stand fast.
Stand fast.
I would have looked
Until
at
the
her and
last
been like,
second. Now go!
until you don't stand fast, and you're just like, F it, run for your life.
I thought for sure the bad guys were going to jump off and die.
And die.
Somehow
That's the only way
the
it makes
boat was
sense.
going to...
yeah,
survive.
like exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was going to happen. That he just like created a wave, and the boat was going to take off, and they were all going to fly out, whatever. But
Right.
no, like it literally crashes them into the side of a cliff.
Yeah.
That you're right. So her prophecy made no sense, and whoever wrote this movie doesn't know what the hell they're doing
Wow.
because it
I also would have been like, can you just speak normally? What does that mean?
don't move until I say, and then move.
Got it.
But it's just bad writing. That's all it comes down to. It's just bad writing.
Stand fast.
Stand fast.
Until I jump in.
Until
I'm
now.
holding a rope.
I'm standing
'cause
still.
maybe
How do I
then,
stand fast?
You know, Poseidon's wave takes them to their destination or wherever they want to go. I mean, it would whatever. It would make more sense that way.
While covered in oil from head to toe.
Yeah. Henry's sitting there. He's very depressed. He's covered in all. He's like, can you even see my abs? I did all that work.
Yeah,
like
it was-
what's
it-
the point of this, man?
I was just waiting for a Dawn commercial to start. He's holding a duck. Just starts cleaning it.
Henry Cavill saves the ducks.
Tough on grime,
Tough on,
but gentle.
but gentle on Cavill. Yeah,
That's right.
gentle on Cavill.
Phaedra's like, that was close. You should go bury your mom. Let's go back to the village. Bury your mom.
It's so true. Literally, it's like I had this vision, and you were with Hyperion
You were buddies.
or whatever,
Right, yeah.
and you had the bow, and then there was like a body. So,
Yeah.
and then he was like, "Oh yeah, my mom's throat got slit." She's like, "Oh, was she buried? We should go back and get her." And then they're just back in
There.
the village. They're just there.
Right. 3 weeks later, for all we know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, don't
Who
matter.
cares?
Who knows? Everything is 50 feet from itself.
Oh, it's all happens so fast. He gets his mom, puts her in the labyrinth temple where she was working, finds this magic rock while he's putting her in there, chisels it out. He's like, oh, it's the bow.
Yeah.
that everyone's looking for.
He pops into that thing easier than I nail a nail into a piece of
Yeah,
wood.
honestly.
He's like, tink, tink. Oh, that's in there. Good.
Yeah. No,
Wham! Good thing this rock was completely hollow.
it's amazing. It's almost like it was made of clay.
Bro found this legendary weapon, fully upgraded. Like
Yeah.
it was just
And he wouldn't have even seen it because he was pushing his mom into like the tomb.
the tomb. Yeah.
And like half of like a little part of the bow was just like sticking out. And he was like, what's this?
Yeah.
And then the rock started
So it wasn't
glowing.
even fully in there.
Right. Like if you're going to hide it,
Why didn't Candlehead Priest know where the bow was?
yeah.
He works there.
He never looked in that tomb.
I was like, why is this giant rock right in the middle of, and it's like doesn't even belong where it is?
Right.
It's just made of clay. There's handprints.
That's what I'm saying. Like you, and
They
you
made it.
obviously you carved out that entire
Yeah.
room.
Right.
So they were like, this rock looks pretty. This fills the aesthetic of the
That's
room.
right.
Like it's feng shui, man.
It pulls it all
Cool.
together. Let's leave this here.
Just leave it right there.
And so this non-believer, right? He does not believe in the gods. Finds a token of the gods that would make him go, "Oh crap, this is real."
Right.
And he's just like, "Oh, look at this thing. It's got a string." He's like, he has no emotion, no like realization.
He pulls it back. There's a light arrow shows up. He's like, oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Really? And that doesn't even freak him out.
No.
So like, I want to see go, "Oh my gosh, my mom was right. There are gods." Because I found this thing, and then like, holy crap, look at this thing now.
No,
It works.
100%.
Magical.
And that's half Cavill's fault and half the musical score. Like at that point, the score could have done a lot of the heavy lifting there, right? Da, 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 oh my god! Right? And it's just like, but like, they didn't do any of it right,
Nothing. I think that's why the beast threw the cleaver.
right? Because out of nowhere, like
This isn't working.
the Minotaur.
I'm
which
bored.
I get this is part of like Greek mythology, the fight with the Minotaur in the center of the labyrinth. But in this, they tried to make it seem like it was just a dude with a cow helmet on and not an actual
Right.
Minotaur.
Barbed wire.
Yeah, barbed
helmet.
wire helmet and he made like beast noises.
He kind of sounded like the Incredible Hulk. Like, that's what he sounds like.
Yeah, he did.
He had a CPAP machine on it.
Yeah, he needed one.
I was born in the dark. It's like a little bit of the two of them.
Just for breathing. He had a microphone shoved up a nostril or something. That's all you heard.
Yeah,
Sorry,
lovely, lovely.
it was great.
Sorry to all our headphone listeners out there.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's all good.
You liked it.
He grunts, he growls, he smacks Henry Cavill around for a few minutes, but the fight doesn't go that long because he just pulls the knife, slices his leg tendons, and then hits him in the sternum with his club a few times and chops
then
his head
he's-
off.
Yeah, I don't know how he chopped his head off with.
It was
I mean, it was a cleaver, I guess,
fine.
but
It was dark, but at least I could see this fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
It was cool, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. That beast was throwing him around.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was fine.
He was tough. I didn't understand how the beast. There was a close up of his eyes, just like, "Hey, what are you doing up there?"
Yeah,
like
and he just
after he
didn't
got
move.
stabbed twice and he couldn't move anymore. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing to that cleaver?"
well, and that's when it sounds like he needs
he's still
the
looking
CPAP
around.
because he's
Yeah.
like,
He's like, this is pretty great. I think he's going to chop my head off, and I really don't want to go back to Hyperion's army. I actually
so I'm
hate
gonna
it
I'm
there.
just gonna
Yeah.
let this happen.
Right. So, guess you beat me.
You gonna do this
Oh,
thing? Yeah.
bummer.
He actually, the way that he gets beat with that club too, and he's like, "Ouch!" Like, his limbs just kind of go,
right.
"Oh, waga," you know.
It's like he hit him in the knee with the reflex thing. It's like,
Yeah.
boing. He's like, boing.
Yeah, exactly.
He was playing dead. Yeah. I'm not going back.
Not ever. Meanwhile, the other baddies are attacking their camp in the village, and Theseus comes out and uncorks 4 shots across the cliff face there to take all those dudes out.
Best shot in the whole movie.
Yeah, it was cool,
It is. It was cool.
right? And I was really happy because the light arrows produced light so we could see. That's what was why it was my
go.
Yes.
favorite. That's why it was my
Yeah.
favorite.
They glow, thank God.
Yeah.
The 4 fly back, and he is probably 7-8 city blocks worth of cliff down.
Yeah.
But he exchanges a look. with Phaedra, like, "You saw that, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty damn hot.
She's like, you know what I'm gonna do tonight?
Well, he passes out.
in your mom's
Yeah, he
bed.
passes out.
Literally.
Yeah.
I don't think Theseus cared.
Clearly not.
No.
No, was it weird? She was, yeah.
Well,
what happened to me? And she's
He
like,
passes out.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she probably undressed him, got him
I
in
would
bed.
imagine.
And then she's like, "Well, now that I saw him naked, hey, Henry,
Hey, Henry.
It's like,
I know
Henry.
you just buried your mom and you were poisoned. you had this big battle with that beast who sounded like he had allergy problems.
right.
Also, our friend just died, and, we have to go find Hyperion still, but you want to do it?
I also have no idea what I'm doing, sexually speaking, but I want you to teach me. Could you bang the future right out of my head, please? Okay.
I don't know what's going on, but I know I need to be naked for it. So here's my entire body.
I want to wake up tomorrow and have my brain not work.
I want to wake up and not be able to see, just like this whole movie.
And he's like, cool, I was going to do that anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not that poisoned.
Whether you liked it or not.
And the monk doesn't have a virgin alarm, so, we're cool because she strolls out the next day and the monk's like, everything, what happened in there?
Something's different.
Well,
That's right. You smell like sex.
yeah, what's I can't
like,
think of his
how
name. The guy was
dirty-
saying Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Starvos or whatever.
Stavros, yeah.
Yeah,
probably
how does he
gotta-
know? He's like, well, that's not all you guys did last night. I'm like, how did you, what?
Yeah, no,
You
I
were
agree.
peeking in the window.
She exchanged like the most minuscule look
Yes.
at like, she saved my life and she's like, and it was like, oh, I see. But like, how dirty was he?
Stavros or Henry?
No, Henry, like
She does. You think
she's going to have a UTI.
Okay, fine. I can roll Henry Cavill in a pigsty and I'll find 16 chicks in the next 10 minutes. Tell me I'm wrong.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
I would be one of them.
Oh, yes. How great would it be?
You know what? Fair point, James. Fair point.
How
You
great would
got
it
me
be
there.
if after sex she can't see these visions anymore?
Right.
What if she was cross-eyed now?
Or even worse, one was just
She fell in
pointing
a
out this
well.
way.
Should have
Her eyes
Google
went
eye.
crossed. She got kicked in the head by a mule. They went back.
She got banged by
I
Henry
don't know.
Cavill. Yeah.
Hey, out. They
Hey,
went
what-
crossed.
That's how we knew. Well, something happened in
Something
there.
happened. That's why how Dorf knows.
Yeah.
Right? He might have been peeking. I think he was actually probably going to come in and make his move and peeked in the window
That's probably what
to
it
make
was.
sure she was asleep.
Oh, I thought you meant on him.
No, I meant to make sure she was awake.
I heard someone got rolled in pig.
That's
Is this
interesting.
where the
That's interest
line?
to me.
Is this where the line starts? We're finding the monk's in line too. We didn't know about him, but he's in line. Hyperion. Speaking of which, Lysander is back in Hyperion's office now. He's got to wear a mask and probably women's underwear. I don't know, but he says. Hyperion asks Lysander about the Great Wall of Tartarus. Tell me about the Great Wall, right? He's like, it's impenetrable, Lord. Like you're nuts? I'm sorry. I won't keep joking about it. Good guys find the Oracle Monastery and the other three girls who are cooking inside of this golden cow, which is a real thing they did back then.
Was it gold? I thought it was silver.
Was it silver?
was
I
dark.
couldn't tell. It was dark.
It was dark.
Whatever it was.
It was dark.
They're
And she
dead.
looked just like you.
That's insane. Okay, so when they bust it open, right?
Oh.
And they look baked. They look
Yes, they're
gross.
cooking. Oh.
Freddy Krueger skin. The grossest part for me was the sound when they took those
Yes.
masks
It was like-
off. It was like, it was like a weird suction cup wet.
Yes.
But like, what was the point of the masks?
So you could hear the scream come out of the bull's face, I think.
I don't know, but it was grody.
Yeah.
But that thing was probably very valuable. It's a big gold, silver cow.
Nah. It was
I just needed
aluminum.
Stephen Dorff to be like,
It was just
"That's-
aluminum
your
foil,
Friends,
like, they
your
were-
friends died. That's super sad, but I think we're rich.
They were baking like a baked potato.
Somebody help
in
me
aluminum foil.
get this thing out of here. We're going to load this thing on the boat right now.
One piece at a time. Cut its leg
piece.
off. Cut its head off. Cut its horns off.
Seriously.
Melt it down. Well, obviously melting it down. is not working.
Obviously.
Yeah.
They're still here, right? Because they left some dudes there.
And the monk goes, oh, get him. And he runs down.
No, yeah, black part. It's a trap. Theseus drops the bow, okay? The first time he gets hit, he runs down the steps, he drops the bow, and the bad guys take it. I'm like, he should lose an ab for that.
The bad guys don't just
You
take
should
it.
lose an ab for that.
Yeah.
No, he should. Now he only has 7. He had to give an ab back to the gods.
Yeah.
Okay?
Add
Back to
some
Zeus.
fat back in there, Cavill.
Yeah.
Seriously.
They don't just take it. A trained hyena
Yeah, okay, right.
runs up and grabs it out of nowhere.
Dude,
Yeah, like,
Hyperion's,
what is that?
Hyperion's got some of the coolest dudes. He's got a dude that talks to birds. He's got Cow Guy. He's got these, whatever, Mondragon or whatever these
Yeah.
dudes are. There
And Harley Quinn.
and Harley Quinn.
You just didn't see her. She sent her hyenas.
The hyenas to get, yes.
But just like what cracks me up is so the Oracle and then also Zeus is like he's the only one that can save everybody and basically like prevent this from happening. But it literally all still happens.
Yeah.
So he literally didn't prevent anything.
No, that's true. I mean, here Ares comes down. They're surrounded by bad guys at this point. They don't have the bow anymore. Ares comes down and just clowns all of these
Dude,
bad
he attacks these guys like I get after a meatloaf. Right? If I had a hammer going at my meatloaf, right? Just ketchup flying
Yes.
everywhere,
It's
meat
slow
just
motion.
yeah. He attacks
Awesome.
those things.
And Athena shows up with some horses that are like, they will literally run until their hearts give out.
And it's like, why can't they just run?
And the horses are like,
And
till
not-
our hearts, what? What did she say?
Like,
Hold up.
why do they have to die?
P.S. Why couldn't you leave us up there?
Right.
Yeah.
We came down here to do what now?
Why didn't
Like,
the pit?
bruh, I quit.
Take us back to the porch.
Take us
I
back.
saw you bitches fly. You flew down here.
Take me
Yes.
back to the cloud porch.
Are you kidding
I
me?
don't like this.
Just fly them over there. We have to run.
Why do
till
we have to
it
run?
hurts.
Dude, I was chilling on Mount Olympus.
You're a god. Can't you just portal me to where I need to be?
We're gonna run till we what?
And then, like, in the worst way, too.
Say it again, Athena.
Bitch.
Jeez. Zeus comes down. Of course, he forgives the hot chick, but
Yeah, his daughter's the hot chick. Yeah.
Ghost Riders Ares with a fire chain and kills him.
Yep. Right into the wall. He's
Yeah.
gone. He's buried. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wanted
but, like,
lightning.
but into the wall. So, like, is he dead?
I think
know-
so. They brought the wall up to the porch. Like, look at this. Shit. Do you see what he did to Ares?
Yeah.
He's got
Crazy.
He's got a stupid outline like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Runs through a wall, right?
Ares,
Yeah.
no. And his helmet, because it's like the big,
Right.
the big
Like,
spiky
bet you
helmet.
wish you didn't pick that ridiculous helmet. Now this is you forever.
Yeah. No.
He's like, I wore this on purpose. Tell them I did this on purpose.
I made a choice this morning.
It's just you're in that forever, man.
Remind him it's cool.
That's why I need to see them all making fun of Ares' helmet up on the porch.
Or even Poseidon's.
Yeah,
They all
his-
looked stupid.
Poseidon's was the worst.
Yeah. It was bad.
What was that even? I
It
couldn't
looked
even-
like one of those beer helmets, you know?
Yeah.
Like that you put the beer in and then you like
I don't know. It was the whole thing was just messed up. And sure enough, the horses. Well, Zeus before he leaves, he goes, "I'm not helping you anymore." Right? He yells at Theseus.
and he's not even looking at him. He's like, "This is the last time the gods will be helping you."
All right, I'll give you your ab back.
Yeah.
but you got to lead your people.
Yeah, for the love of God. I've been trying to lead you since you were born. How dumb are you? Just
Lead your people.
do your job.
You were supposed to decide
You
yourself, but
You stupid, beautiful man.
we're an hour into this thing.
It's
Just
right.
do it.
We don't have a lot of time left and it's dark.
Right
I
now.
can't see anything. Just God.
Oh gosh, that whole scene. Until and maybe they did it. I thought to myself, maybe they did that so that when Ares shows up and he's so bright that it's a very big contrast, right, to the gods.
Yeah.
But I still would just like to see the movie. You know,
I do
That'd be
love
cool.
Zeus's landing.
Oh, with the
The superhero landing.
Yeah.
with
Oh,
the
yeah.
Dust.
dust vibrating.
Dust.
That was
I guess
from Man of
sand.
Steel.
Literally, they took
Well,
that shot
in
the
Man
next
of Steel
year.
then,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure. All right, Birdman, because apparently Hyperion has these birds that spy on everything, and then Birdman to like interpret.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
I literally never. Okay,
I figured it out like the
second
second
time,
watch.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. I always just wondered. I'm like, why is there an eagle just flying around all the time? I don't
Bro.
understand.
Hyperion. He tells Hyperion. Birdman tells Hyperion what happened, that the spray tanned gods came down and killed all his dudes, and he kills the Birdman.
Yeah. He's brutal. I think so. He doesn't go tell because he says if the
Yes.
troops find out about this, they will riot. He's like, you're right.
And he's like,
goodbye,
he's like,
eyeballs.
I know, sweet man. And like, why would you kill him like that? Damn.
But
like,
you're losing all of your coolest dudes.
But that's like how you kill like a straight up like enemy.
Right.
Like someone you really, really, really hate.
Yeah, you're losing your whole Zoobly Zoo here, man.
Right. He's not gonna have any guys
Anybody
left.
else that talks to birds?
Yeah,
Who talks to
you
the-
just lost Cranky the Crow. He's dead now.
Who talks to Cody the Coyote Wrangler?
Right.
Let me go get him and kill him.
Now we have to spy with our elephants. They're not as quiet.
Yeah, they're a little stompy.
Boss, there's always elephants following us around everywhere we're going.
I think it's
I'm
a
not
little
sure.
weird.
I think it's a little weird.
They have there's a telescope coming out of one of their eyes. I'm not sure what that's for.
Is that an ostrich?
Getting kind of hot
Hot
in
these
this elephant.
rhinos. Yeah.
Kind of hot in these rhinos.
Literal thought. A little hot in these
That's what it
rhinos.
is. It's somebody in there
Yeah.
operating.
And Bingo was his name.
I wish they hadn't killed Birdman.
Yeah.
Now I'm inside this freaking rhino.
Well, and like all the birds now are gonna be like, well, who
yeah,
are we
I'm
gonna
not-
talk to?
I know we're just gonna fly
Now we're
around
just
and
gonna
be birds. I
yeah,
guess.
fly and be birds is lame.
Now we don't have jobs.
Yeah.
Thanks,
How are we
Obama.
gonna get mice now?
Right?
Thanks. Obama.
Ridiculous.
Thanks.
2011. Yeah. Thanks,
Yes.
Obama.
That's
Yeah,
why you
thanks,
said
Obama.
that. I was like, what? That was a poll? What?
All right. What the hell? I'm so lost. All right. Theseus gets there to the Great Wall.
Yeah, and these horses oversell that death.
Yeah.
Come on.
They like
Overactors.
Yeah.
way over actors. They're like
The animal acting coach on the side was like doing too many hand
He
gestures.
was doing it too much.
Yeah, they're
That's
like,
exactly it.
more? Okay.
Don't hire these horses. No.
they gave them pop rocks and they were like
What is this? This isn't children's television. This is a serious film.
It's like when you
Die
give
like you
seagulls,
mean it.
Yeah, it's like when you give seagulls Alka-Seltzer. What do you give a horse?
Yeah.
That made them act like
pop
that?
rocks.
Yeah, that is probably pop rocks.
Pop
yeah.
rocks and peanut butter.
Can't they just do it more quietly?
You have to do video of that.
Oh, of course. Of course.
She has a headshot now. That's great.
Oh, perfect. For the
Steph will be able to
website.
update her
Wonderful.
LinkedIn after this episode.
Can we get a horse to just drop a single tear and go, avenge me? That's all we want. That's it.
And I know what he said. I knew what he said.
No. All right. The Theseus shows up and he tries to tell the people in charge and the politicians about what's going on, and with the gods and with Hyperion, they're just like, "That's dumb. I don't believe you." Right?
Yeah, and it's Lance Kendrick's brother. I'm pretty sure. No, but it looks just like him. For a second, it's
No.
like Lance Kendrick's in
That's
this movie?
stupid. I'm not going to listen to anything you just said.
No, I don't believe in. I heard those stories.
Right. Whatever.
Yeah. And it's so funny because like he starts off and he's kind of like half turned away
Oh yeah.
and he keeps like playing with his ear. And then like the next time it turns back to him, he's like fully sideways.
I was gonna say
He's
that.
like, well, I don't really believe. And then like the next time I expected him to just be like, no,
he's turned around
Just be
backwards.
backwards.
just completely turned around facing the other way. So I'm like, why is he sideways?
That's
the
so
director.
funny you noticed that because I was like, this is how you know that he doesn't believe him because he's totally looking down his shoulder.
Listen, I only face you fully if I believe what you're
right.
telling me. And right now, I have 50%.
It's because his abs were
50%.
covered. He came in without his shirt, with a shirt on. He probably would have got a lot farther if he just had him out. Had all 8 of them out.
Lance's
Like,
brother got a
listen.
boner and he was embarrassed.
That's
So
why he was
like,
turning aside.
"Whoa,
That's why you can't
hey,
turn sideways. That makes it worse.
Oh, you brought Theseus. Great, great.
Great.
No, go talk to the envoy.
No, no, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Go, 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 go.
Tuck it in your waistband like a normal person. God.
His doesn't reach his waist.
It's metal.
Okay.
It hurts.
So
It's a chastity belt.
Yeah.
It's so painful. It's like a cage.
the pain. Stop bringing hot people around me.
God, who gave him his ab back? I can't take it.
Get some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 of them.
Margaret Thatcher on a cold day. Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day.
Damn it! When will these main characters start being ugly?
Hopefully never.
Hercules in New York who almost killed me when Arnold Schwarzenegger came in here. Name Hercules. Okay. Hyperion's envoy shows up and wants to talk to Theseus specifically. Okay. And so Theseus goes down there and he's like, What do you want? Like they're shouting kind of far apart from each other. And like,
Literally.
raise your hands to your sides. You can't see a damn thing in this scene. Nothing.
Well, and also, like, you can't tell that that's the king.
You can tell by his, first of all, you can tell by his voice. Mickey,
Yeah.
I mean,
You
I
can
get
tell by
why
his
the
voice.
characters
you can tell
might
by
not
his
know.
body.
Is it? Theseus never met him, so.
Well, he met him when he
saw him
killed
when he
his
killed his
mom.
mom.
Oh, well, that's it. Okay, fine. But
He was pretty up close.
He
and
wasn't
personal.
wearing the crab
the
vagina.
crab vagina, whatever. But my point is, like, are you trying to hide him from the audience? Like, you trying to protect some kind of twist that it's not an envoy, but it's actually the king himself? Because we know immediately that it's Mickey Rourke.
Immediately.
But what's so stupid about this is in all the other scenes I complain about it being dark, you can still kind of see. You can see nothing in this scene. He has torches that they hold out, and the torches light their wrist, and that's it. Okay? Not even the torch lights these people.
I saw more in this movie than I saw in 13th Warrior.
Not in this scene.
I don't know.
You might want to get your TV checked.
I was going to say,
It's not my television.
Besides your own eyes, then, besides when I was watching it, like, on my phone,
Yeah.
because the reflection, like, I actually could see everything in this
You
movie.
could see his
And-
face during this scene.
Yes.
Bull crap.
No, 1,000% yes.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. All
I think you're just getting old.
right. After this episode, I am going to pull the movie up on this TV and we're going to watch
Okay,
that
well, you
part.
have to at least turn that off then.
Why? Why does that matter?
Why does that
I thought
matter?
it was perfectly lit and you could see his face, no problem.
This movie is so lit.
I took your advice and I was
You-
over the mantle with the blanket
with the tubes.
But, like,
yeah.
this scene is so funny to me because it's literally Superman.
I know.
Like, he takes off his mask and Henry Cavill's like, oh my God, it's the king.
Oh,
And
I know. It's so stupid.
We all knew that. Like, you didn't know that?
Tell Hyperion he killed my mom. He's like, I know I killed your mom.
I
was
know I
there.
did. I'm right
Sure.
here. Son of a bitch.
It's me, but guess what? I want you to be on my side anyway because it's so much cooler over here. We have an opening in the bird talking department if you're interested.
If you're interested. And also the hyena department.
Lots of employment opportunities have just opened up.
Yeah.
You could actually pick your
But you-
own animal if you want to.
Yeah, you get to wear whatever animal of choice vagina on your face.
Seriously.
And, like, that's pretty awesome.
We've
So,
got cool helmets. All our coolest dudes are gone, so you could literally be like second in charge right
you're going to
now.
be eating, like, all the time.
all the time.
So don't expect you to have, 8 abs going
Right.
forward, maybe 2, but that's okay because we are so much more fun over here.
That's right. Way more fun. Don't expect to ever have to talk to somebody without eating ever again.
Ever.
In fact, it's weird that I'm not eating right now.
Speaking of which,
Speaking of
goes
which.
into his pocket.
Eating an apple. Anyway, Cavill, of course, Theseus is like, no, I'm not joining your side. What are you, stupid? He's like, fine, I didn't want you anyway.
Bye.
I just wanted to make face day go, and just, make the.
Yeah,
why
that
is
was-
this conversation happening?
That was so lame.
Yeah, when he looks back and he cuts his throat.
like,
I was like, I wonder if they did multiple takes. They're like, no,
Yeah.
do it again. Do something different.
again.
Do something different.
I'm just going to let the Titans out, and he sticks his tongue out.
He just moose ears
He's like-
at him.
He's like, you may have the gods on your side, but tomorrow I release the Titans. Okay. Why
Is
don't
that
you
a
just do
euphemism
it now?
for your penis, or what is
Yeah,
that? Right?
like- What? And why are you waiting? Like, why did you? It's just dumb.
Right. You're literally in the hallway right now.
You could literally just go and do it like right now.
Because turns out it's right up the stairs.
You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't see that part because we're cutting out all those scenes from the movie, but it was a really long walk.
Yeah.
We would just like a little rest.
Got it.
That's all
They
it
were
is.
walking like all night.
We
he
need
hasn't
a
had enough
breather.
to eat.
Tomorrow, Titans.
Mickey,
Tomorrow, Titans.
you better believe it.
It's happening
That's right. Saturday, we're
Yeah.
releasing the
in
Titans.
approximately 6 hours and 47 minutes.
That's right.
I will release the Titans.
Oh, listen, I like to sleep in on Saturdays actually. So if you
wait,
could come
yeah.
a little later, that would be
Well,
nice.
at 10:30 a.m.
SpongeBob's on at 8, so 8:32 in the morning. It's happening.
That's right.
Count your blessings.
So be there.
Or be square. Yeah.
Slit throat.
Anyway, time for battle. I'm so happy that we're here finally, guys. The big battle.
Thank God.
the movie has led up to. They suit up, they sharpen their knives, they flex their abs, they get all the stuff ready. They put on more abs that are on the armor that they're putting on,
Yes.
so that they can still see their abs
and boobs.
and boobs, even while their armor's on. Like, I don't want to wear armor. Some guy at some point said, I don't want to wear armor because it's going to cover my abs.
Yeah.
Like, we'll just put them
we
on.
can fix that.
And I
We
love
can
that
fix
because
No
like
problem.
some of
No
them are
problem.
putting on the armor without a shirt or anything.
Yeah.
And
No
I'm like,
chafing.
yeah, I'm
What,
like,
an
ow.
undershirt.
Don't want that hurt your nipples?
We can fix it.
They had
We can-
Band-Aids. You
can't-
didn't see the Band-Aids.
Yeah, you can't run a marathon without putting some Band-Aids on your nipples.
I'll bang some abs into this thing right now for you. It'd be perfect.
No problem. They'll be nicer than your abs, Ian. Not Henry.
like-
Henry wasn't talking to you.
Right. His
Henry,
abs,
you need to wear the crop armor.
Yeah.
Right.
Because your abs have to be visible.
Actually, Henry, can you come here, lay down? I'm going to use as the mold. I'm going to tap this hammer.
Hold on, let me pour this molten hot iron on your abs so that we
Oh my
can mold the
gosh.
armor from your physique.
They look through the cuts to the some soldier guys looking through the keyhole of the what's that guy holding out there, and he's like, it's the bow. Boom, he blows the hole in the gate, right through the door.
So I'm saying he like still ended up with the bow.
Right.
It's like, oh, we need Henry Cavill to prevent all this. Well,
No. He got it anyway.
failed at that.
They
He still has it.
I just needed, because it's impenetrable, right? I needed him to turn to Lysander the point and go, oh, gate's open, nutless wonder. Like, I guess it's not impenetrable. Go to the back of the line.
Go to the back of the line.
Ridiculous.
Too bad you'll never penetrate anybody.
Hey, I know, I promised I'd stop joking about it. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I know
I'm
you're
sorry.
still in
Go,
pain.
here's a walnut. Go over to the back.
Yeah.
And then,
Go
and then,
make yourself useful somewhere else.
and then behind the barrier, they're like, who's the guy who designed it? He's fired. Find that guy.
Immediately.
He had one job, impenetrable.
That's right.
Impenetrable, but sir, it's a god's bow. I don't care.
That's right.
Magic or no magic,
Step into my office.
impenetrable.
Why? Because you're fired.
Because I'm about to crush your nuts with a sledgehammer.
That's right. Oh, the toga guy was upstairs waiting for that meeting to happen when Hyperion shows up. That's why he caught him off guard.
Yeah, then he just ran away.
The good guys, as they're all the bad guys are running into the tunnel, the good guys all start to retreat and drop their shields. They're not going to get away with that because Henry Cavill got a speech.
He's, I'm going to climb this ladder up
Like,
to the top here. Why is there a ladder?
why is there
I
a
don't
ladder
know.
there?
I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
Is that like it's literally just like we're gonna put this ladder here in case someone has to hype up the troops?
Oh, and he hypes him up in one of maybe the greatest.
It's like, hey,
Forget Braveheart, okay?
Forget Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday. Forget 1 inch at a
Armageddon.
time, right? Forget Armageddon's president's speech. Henry Cavill's speech in Immortals is a speech that happened in a movie one time. Okay.
and it should
None
have,
of the soldiers heard it. None of the soldiers heard it.
Look, guys,
it should happen again sometime.
we fight for immortality. We fight for our families. They may have scars on their faces, but that doesn't mean they're stronger than us. We have abs and they don't.
They still bleed.
We fight for our abs. You have them even on your armor if you don't actually have them. I mean, I actually have them. That's why I have a picture on the abs of my armor, but you have the abs on yours. Okay?
So let that be a reminder that we are unstoppable.
That's right.
These sissies dress as animals.
We fight for the abs that are inside of us. The ones in our hearts.
Under the layers and the layers.
And all of your hearts have 8-pack abs. Let's get in there.
Let's go.
The workout of our lives.
That's right. And they're all like, hell yeah, they do.
They start pounding their shields.
Yeah.
We love abs.
We love
Oh,
that.
yeah, abs.
He does have great abs. We should fight. We should fight. Have you
so
seen
right.
him?
He's so right.
Oh my gosh, where's the line from?
Man, I bet he's going to be Superman someday.
Seriously. He goes, for immortality.
And leaps off the edge.
Yeah.
Breaks
he's
his ankle, and
he's
he's
like
out for the
20
whole-
feet.
That's it. I wanted to see just like a little spray and the heel lands. Oh.
We go.
Hold on.
I may have abs, but my ankles are weak.
Need a sec.
Then walk it up.
A little stinger. It's just a stinger, boys. Hold up.
Let's go. Let's go.
Rice, rest, ice, compression, elevation.
Little coach Kilmer like, let's go.
One single solitary tear falls.
This is some more good fighting, though.
It is. Again, more of this, please.
Yep.
It's great. They charge in. They fight him in the tunnel.
Oh, and one of my favorite fight moves, and when
Yeah.
the two big groups are coming towards each other,
yeah.
where someone runs and jumps and 2 feet to a chest.
And then he just lays there.
Oh, it's the best.
Right. It is, but it's also a little bit of a trope. I mean, you can kind of count on that happening
Yeah.
in every one of these battle movies. And Cavill, here's the good news for the Cavill side. Turns out these guys suck.
Yeah. They don't know what they're doing.
Dude, they are straight up cannon fodder because they push through these dudes like no problem. Okay. Like one point, Hyperion just goes up the stairs to go up to the shrine, and Cavill's like, "He's going upstairs," and they just literally have to just push through the guys.
Yeah.
And they do it with no problem.
Yeah, it was actually funny the way that they were coming
Yes.
into the tunnel only on one side of the tunnel.
Right.
So that there was still access to the stairs.
Right.
Yeah. You skipped out before Cavill goes to the stairs.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes.
One of the coolest fight moments is he grabs that spear.
Yes.
And he men in tights it. He's like, whack. Smaller.
Yes.
Kill you. Smaller. Kill you. Smaller.
He kills
I didn't even
three
notice
guys.
that.
Oh, it's great stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool.
He kills three guys
It's
with
great,
pieces.
Steph. You should watch it sometime.
You should see the movie. It's really good.
Cool. All right, I will.
He kills three guys with pieces of the same spear. And he'll get it into the next guy, break it off, kill the next guy with that part, break that off again, and kill the other guy. Oh,
Love it.
fantastic. Thank you for letting me skip that because it's
very
really
cool.
good.
But then, like you said, they're just cannon fodder because he's going towards the stairs and someone jumps on him.
Yeah.
With a sword in their hand,
Right.
but starts punching them with the butt of the sword.
Yeah.
How do I use this?
Yeah.
And
Sorry, I'm new.
there's so many bad guys on the field. When they show the bad guy army, it's ginormous.
It's huge, and they're all still like funneling in.
So what they needed is they should show the guys outside
Yes.
waiting like it's Disneyland to get into the fight.
Couple guys at the coffee
Like-
thing. You guys, we're almost up.
They got it roped off and they're going back and forth like it's Great America. You know what I mean, right? Like just to
Current
get
wait, 45 minutes.
45 minutes to get into the fight. That's how many people were trying to get in.
I want to
there.
buy the fast pass.
Seriously.
Where do I park?
Really.
Where do I park the stroller?
This is so stupid. Like, guys, once we get in there,
Scenes like
We're
this,
gonna
too.
kill
Those
these
guys
guys.
in the back were the ones that just like had no experience at all. Like,
Yeah.
if we just hang out back here, it's likely that we'll never get in. So
woohoo, go guys.
You don't have to hear him chew.
They're
You
like
don't have to do
3
anything.
miles away though.
Yeah.
Right. What you don't realize is if every time the line progresses, someone's gotten killed.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're just like,
You're
this
just like
isn't good.
slowly
Pretty
inching your
soon
way to
that-
your death.
That tunnel's going to be filled soon. They won't even fit in there. It'll be fine.
Right, we can't all fit in there,
Be
right?
totally fine.
I want a movie where I know Austin Powers does this a little bit, where they like see at the end, they show the henchman, the random henchman and his life at home or whatever, but have a movie where they actually follow a guy.
Yeah.
Like one of the soldiers when Henry Cavill's doing the speech.
Yeah.
Being down there and everyone's talking and banging things and he's talking and he's just like, what is going on right now?
Yeah.
What is he saying?
What?
No
I can't
habla
hear that
inglés.
guy.
We have abs in our hearts? What does that mean?
But like a full scene where like the audience doesn't even hear what this guy's saying.
I
Like,
only speak Greek. I don't understand.
He's yelling at me in English. What? Because it's
Okay.
oui, oui. That's French. But anyway, Hyperion does run up the stairs, and there's a politician up there who's like, I'm sure we could negotiate.
Yep.
Beheads him immediately.
Sorry, Lance.
Lysander, meanwhile, runs in without his nuts and commits suicide on Theseus's spear. I mean, he runs in, arms like unarmed, like this, runs at Theseus with his arms in the air.
Yeah.
He
and
probably
just impales himself.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Right, and then Cavill makes some kind of joke about his king, and Lysander goes, "He is no king," right? Like,
Yep.
which makes me think it was suicide.
Yep.
Right?
Wouldn't you?
Yes, no, I would, but Lysander has hated Theseus this whole movie, and so it's just a little weird at the end for him to have his chance and not.
That's who he wants to kill him.
Right.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, it doesn't make a lot
that
of sense.
doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
One thing, too, and we kind of passed by this.
Oh, please.
Hyperion at one point calls him in and says, who is the slave?
Right,
How the hell does he know?
he had that one interaction with him.
Right. At that point, I don't think he was a slave
Yeah.
because Hyperion, after he killed his mom, made him a slave.
Right.
In the
Yeah,
salt
that's
mines.
also true.
So he has no
Right.
idea that he was a slave.
Right.
How would
Well,
he
no,
know
he
that one peasant that he had that altercation with ends up becoming
Yeah.
the person who he's searching for
I mean-
with the oracle?
Oh man, the writing really is crappy.
I think he knew he was a slave though because he was the one that went to stab him after his mom was killed.
Yeah.
And Hyperion goes, "No, not him.
Right.
He can work in the trenches."
Oh,
or whatever.
was he there?
But yeah, because he's
That's
literally
why.
limping to him because he just got his nuts crushed.
Because his nuts are still draining.
He's literally he's like to go.
That's
stab
why he
him.
was like, no, not this guy.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay.
He should have talked to the other ones. Tell me about the grate. It's impenetrable, my lord.
Thank you. Our doll gates here. Eat this nut.
You get
You
give him
don't
a
have them.
Get it?
Yeah, it's good.
Get it?
All right, that's a pretty good one. All right, go to the back. Get out of here, please. I don't like looking at you.
Or you're nuts.
Do you want to be the new bird guy?
It's just that we made this feather costume, and it took a while.
We have nothing.
We
don't
just
know what to do
like
with
to
it.
utilize it. That's all.
That's right. Don't ask what happened to the last guy. All right. They get upstairs because now they follow Hyperion up the stairs. Stavros and Theseus push through these guys like they're nothing. They get up there.
Stavros gets through real easy because he has such small shoulders.
That's what it is, right?
He wiggles right on through.
That's right. They get up there. Hyperion has the bow, and just as he's firing the shot to free the Titans, he yells his name, but it's not in time. Boom! Titan's cage is exploded.
Once again, it still happens.
It still happens.
He didn't prevent anything.
Nothing.
No.
Nor does he really help.
Why doesn't
the
Zeus just
situation.
come down and snap his neck and be done with it? Right? You
Right.
failed. Flat. That's it.
Quite the opposite.
Quite the opposite.
Yeah.
You're right. They wake up. They're all out of it. It's like Saving Private Ryan when Tom Hanks' ears are ringing and he wakes up and he can't hear anything.
Yeah.
So,
But those Spartans spring out of that box.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I spend 10 minutes on the toilet and I gotta walk that stuff off. I'm like, ooh, let's
Right.
loosen up again.
Their
Loosen
asses
up
should have
again.
all been asleep, right?
Yeah, it's
For
running,
sure.
just
For
shaking
sure.
legs because they're sleeping. Come on now.
They just all fall out of it and it opens up. Ah, crap.
Well, they've also
Give us a second, please.
Just
We've been
stretching their
trapped here.
jaws. Oh gosh, that's good.
that rebar. Oh my God. They also haven't eaten in how long?
Does anyone have some gum? It's just metal taste.
My mouth is just nasty right now.
Oh, but no, they're just immediately running around going, who can we murder right now?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be pretty pissed.
I mean, I get the pissed off part, but they should have had some atrophy. I mean, my God, they've been in that foosball game for a long time.
Just standing there.
And then there's endless amounts of them. Because I'm pretty sure there's only 20.
Yeah, there were 5x5, 25.
Okay,
I
so
counted because I remember when I started the movie again, I was like, how did they do that? Because there was only so many.
You see a lot of them get murdered.
5x5, there's 25 of them. But at one point, you see the ground bust open in that box and more start coming out.
I definitely.
So
But James probably didn't see that. So.
no,
It was bright in there.
this I can actually
the
see.
foosball too was well there.
But how pissed off are the ones that got in the rebar cage? Everyone else just got to hang out underneath.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe it was
We've
worse
just been-
down there.
Maybe it was worse down there.
Could have been worse.
We had poles up our asses down here. I don't want to hear anything about you guys.
Don't talk to me.
They rotated poles though, so that's what really sucked. Move those poles up. Up a level. No,
No, down a level, down a level.
That's why they were brown.
Always down, never up, always down.
Always down.
Stavros gets the bow, but he has it for 5 seconds. He shoots one Titan with it, and then they eat him alive or whatever. They just pile on him.
Again, small little arms. He didn't pull that thing back very far. He's like,
He's like, which one you with me? Doink.
Zoink.
It's ridiculous.
Zoink, Scoop.
The gods show up.
It's about freaking time.
yeah. Well, that's when they
go time.
can. They said we
Once the
can't
Titans
come
are
unless the Titans are released.
Right. Now they fight like their
Whatever.
supply of spray tans on the line,
Maybe
right?
that's why they picked Henry Cavill.
Is that
they
why?
wanted to come back down to Earth and fight.
Yeah,
This
they were
dude's
like,
gonna
we will know
screw it
this
up.
dude was going to fail.
We knew it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody
perfect.
with 8 abs does anything right.
Right.
I told you if you guys just would have waited, we could have fought later. But Ares, come on, man.
We saw him swinging that axe. He wasn't doing anything in the beginning. That's why I picked that guy.
No, this guy's perfect. I was sitting right there. I saw it all.
Yeah, he kind of sucks. So
The gods show up. They fight. They destroy the bow immediately. First thing they do is they destroy the Empress bow. They start smoking these Titans like they're no problem
Again,
at all.
human meatballs.
Right?
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
and so at first I would say the tide changes here in a little bit, but at first I'm like, these guys are. I remember the Titans from the Disney movie and other things it's unstoppable machines.
these are basically little gremlin monsters.
Right.
They don't. I don't know.
and they get
They
beat.
remind me of the island people in
Yeah.
the second Ace Ventura.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
And they're just- yeah,
I was
they're
not
just
aware that what Tutus were biters.
Yeah,
That's
like-
right. It keeps
like
coming
what
up.
Tutus.
It keeps coming up for me.
Seriously.
Exactly what they were.
They got beat well at first so easily. I'm like, is this the Tennessee Titans or what are we dealing with here?
Whoa.
Because these guys
Always
suck.
remember the day they
Okay.
fought the Titans.
That's it. Well, even those Titans I think would have done better. But eventually they start to overpower the gods.
Yep.
And we essentially have 3 battles going on. We have the gods versus the Titans, Theseus versus Hyperion, and then the soldiers are still fighting in the tunnel. And they kind of cut between these three battles. And right at the beginning of the fight where it's Hyperion versus Theseus, he gets stabbed in the abs immediately, which like drains him of his power. Like it's where he gets all his power from.
Yeah.
So like,
Right, yeah.
it was a gnarly wound to start this fight off.
Doesn't he get stabbed twice?
Because I feel like in a straight up fight, he probably could beat Hyperion's ass, I would guess. Not to cast shade on this guy who's obviously a powerful warrior himself, but he stabs him immediately and then he's kind of gimped for the rest of the fight. Absolutely brutal fight, though. I think the fight between Mickey Rourke and Henry Cavill is the best part of this movie.
It's amazing. I don't know
It's good.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it more than those. I mean, if they were longer moments, maybe.
Right.
When Henry Cavill's going sword, staff, spear, all that.
Yeah.
When you're watching the profile of him go through guy
The
after guy
300 moments.
Yeah.
Let's just call them what they are.
Yes, they were.
This movie wanted to be 300 so bad.
Yep.
So bad.
Yep.
But it's not. This is like when mom says we have 300 at home, right? Like that's she's like, it's Immortals. It's not as good.
Oh, Mom.
Shut up.
It's a rite of fries.
But those parts are cool. But I feel like this fight was brutal. You felt every punch. It was well acted.
Yep.
Well shot. Thank God. I'm like, oh, they figured out for one scene how to shoot a fight scene and you can actually see what the hell's happening.
And it was one of the cool parts of the movie too is like you saw when you say it's brutal, you saw the blood, you saw the sweat, people flying out of windows and and cutting the tongue off, and like you saw a lot of real brutal stuff. Yeah.
So this I felt like was really, really well done. The Titans start to overpower the gods. They're murdering some of them. All kind of seems lost.
Yeah, they get Athena.
Athena gets impaled.
Yeah. And then they're very cordial because they're like, all right, Zeus, dude, we'll give you a moment,
You
okay?
wanna talk to her for a minute?
Yeah. Because they kill her and they're like, oh, we'll just back.
They're just like ravenous and swarming in every other part of this fight.
Yep.
But they're like, we should let him talk it out.
Yeah, give him a sec.
Give him a second with
daughter.
that's his daughter, right? Or is
Yeah,
that his
I think so.
wife?
He walks
I don't know.
over.
They're like the same
I think
age.
they're both.
They are this. Yeah, it's weird.
They're both.
It's his daughter wife. And
They're from
comes
Alabama.
over there. She's like, don't forsake mankind. Right? And he's like, good thing you said that because I was about to. Right.
About to just straight up ditch this bitch.
If you hadn't said that, that is exactly what was going to happen. Cuts outside to the soldiers waiting in line. I can't wait to get in there.
Yeah, man. Let's go.
Zeus is like, what if I just pull the mountain down?
I mean, you could have thought of that right away, honestly.
Could have done that literally immediately.
Sure. You have these chains that you installed for the purpose of pulling the mountain down.
Apparently.
Yeah.
That are just lodged in top of the
We could
foosball
use it.
page.
We just use those. That'd be awesome.
And then I'm gonna pull them up, but I'm gonna think about it for another 10 minutes.
And even Poseidon's like, just do it.
He does. He Nikes
Literally.
him hard.
Like, do it!
He's got three titans killing him in 4 different ways, and he's holding his own trident
Yeah, and he's
stabbing
like,
him in the face.
literally-
Poseidon might have been the biggest badass out of all the gods, for sure.
Right. The one dude tries to stab him with his own trident. He's like, nope, that's not
Yeah,
happening.
nope.
As he's getting stabbed in the leg, he's holding the trident off.
Yeah.
Another third
And he's
guy's
like,
on top
just
of him.
do it. I want to die already.
He's like, fine. Before that, it cuts back to the fight, and Hyperion says to Theseus, who's crawling on the ground, how does it feel to know there will be no memory of you? Right? And he's like, no, I'm a legend. My deeds are going to go down in history. Look, they're making a whole movie about it.
I'm going to be Superman someday.
You didn't notice all these cameras following us around for these last 3 weeks?
I have 8 abs, man.
Right?
You don't
I'm a
have any
damn
abs.
legend. You are nothing. He goes, I'm going down in history. I'm writing your history, Hyperion says. to him, right? What does he say? It's going to be hard writing history with no feet. And he stabs him in the foot.
I know. Like, why would you not like slit his throat? Like, why is that what you chose to do?
Meanwhile, Zeus finally pulls the mountain down.
Yep.
Right. And just as Cavill turns the tide on him and he's holding the knife over Hyperion, he goes, what does he say? This is the last embrace we'll have, right?
Yep. I'll be the last thing that you see.
That's right. Witness hell.
Witness
And
hell.
Puts it right in his throat. Yeah, let's go. It was
Who
awesome.
loved he said that. I did. The answer's
Cavill
me.
was great, dude.
But then he just dies.
That's what I'm saying. It was the best part of this movie.
Yeah.
Was that whole thing. They didn't earn any of it, and they still somehow brought it home.
Yep.
In that moment. I'm like, if you could have led up to this in a way that was even half decent, this could have been an all-time finale showdown, right?
Yeah.
But it's just
Finale.
They still did it right.
they
though.
did. No,
did
they
it
got that right.
Yeah.
But
I was literally saying that to Ryan. I said, I feel like they saved like all the budget of this movie for like the last 30 minutes.
yeah. Oh, I know.
And costumes, animal costumes.
And, yeah.
Right before-
specifically crab vagina.
He says, witness how he stabs him in the throat, and he's like, you're the one still stuck in this movie. No.
Sorry, bro.
And he gets zapped up to heaven. Like, so now Theseus is a god now? Is
Yeah.
that what we're supposed to
I guess.
understand?
Or immortal, at least.
Or immortal? I don't know.
Yeah.
The mountain comes down.
I was wondering that too. So, like, maybe that's how they get the new gods. Because on the porch, there's only 5 or so.
Right.
They're all dead.
All of them are dead except for him.
They just have a realtor up there, like, vacancy.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's like Hyperion. He's like,
We
some
haven't-
spots
yeah.
just opened up.
We have an open role, and it's much cooler than a bird talker.
Do you want to be the god of war?
Want to be a god?
That'd be cool.
would be
Last
good
guy
one.
wore a stupid hat, but you could do a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to wear a
You,
stupid
and you
hat.
don't even have to wear a shirt.
No,
So that's pretty awesome
not
for
at all.
you.
And all the bronzer you could ever want.
It's
All of it.
endless
me
supply.
in.
We have it on tap.
Yeah.
You just walk
Look at
over.
this. Watch this. Here it comes.
Yep. Anywhere you want.
Oh,
Yeah, the clouds are filled with it.
Right. This is so smooth.
I'm in.
Yep.
I'll never get to see not even his wife, my girl I had sex with one time, and my son, Achaeus, I think his name was.
No.
I don't know.
I don't. Yeah,
Acamus.
maybe.
Acamus, thank you.
Acamus.
We get one more scene where John Hurt loiters around a child,
One more time.
One more time.
He was admiring the statue of the last boy he oogled, and that boy's
Last boy he reared.
came along, and he went, "Oh, finally, a new one."
Another child I can rear.
And that's the end.
Whoa!
Rear.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rear a child. That's a thing.
I know. And it just happens to work both ways.
Oh, my gosh. That's the end of Immortals, you guys. We did it.
Oh, thank
We got all the way through this masterpiece, and now it is time to see if we can make this movie better. I believe we can do it.
I absolutely think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think we could put Arnold Schwarzenegger in this movie, and immediately it's an all-time classic. I hadn't heard of Immortals, and I was alive in 2011.
Yeah.
Okay? But
I was also alive.
I didn't even know this came out. But you tell me that if Arnie was in this movie, it wouldn't have been a huge deal. Huge deal.
Much bigger than it was.
Yeah, for sure. You seem like you're chomping at the bit here. So
Yeah, man. There's one good answer
Oh,
here,
well, let's
and I'm
hear
going
it.
to steal it from all the people, all the patrons who write in.
Perfect. Say it first.
It's Zeus. He has to be Zeus. An appropriate age, an older guy, super powerful.
That's right.
Give him a lightning bolt.
For
Tons
sure.
of cool lines he could
Gray
have.
hair.
Honestly, that's a really great, like, he
Gray
could
hair,
totally do it.
right?
He's got to be Zeus.
Okay, in the Arnold voice, you gotta say, like, this is the last time the gods will help you.
He comes down. He's listen to me. Did you just help these people? Stop it!
I just brought him a horse.
This is the last time we're ever going to help you. Lead your people. Do it now.
You dumbass!
Do it. Oh, it's ridiculous. No, I think Zeus would be good. I immediately thought, Cavill's like Theseus, right? Like have him be the main character.
He'd be good.
But it'd be fine,
Yeah.
right? Even if he was a little bit older. He'd just put some black dye in his hair, right? And just
Yeah.
pretend like he's 27 years old.
I don't know if I would. I don't know
Did
if
he
I would
still-
like him better than Cavill.
Did he still have an 8-pack in 2011?
Of course he did. He's going to die with an 8-pack.
He has an 8-pack right now.
Probably,
I
yeah.
don't think so.
Probably
he works out
does.
every day.
Every day he does.
Probably still does.
So listen,
That means nothing.
and then you're trying to run away, okay? And you think you're too frightened to fight these guys, but look at me. And I look at these deltoids and look at my traps. Look at these pecs. Let's go. Let's fight. Like he would just do a flex
go.
off. It'd be like Mr. Olympia. He'd be like, I know you want to run away, but and he'd hit the arrow pose. You know what I mean, right? And he'd be like, oh crap, we better not leave. Do you see what he just did? I think we're gonna win, right? How about like this? Right? And he hits the calf.
Mother!
This one goes in the salt mines. Nope. When he was a slave in Conan, that worked out horribly for everybody, right? He pushed that stick around for his whole life, and then he murdered all of them. So I think that's a bad
choice.
That's right. Or you could have him be
Hyperion.
Hyperion. Yes. Have him be Hyperion.
That was my first thought.
Was it?
Yeah.
Witness hell.
Yeah. So
He
good.
could do it.
Now do the nut jokes.
Oh, listen to me. I know you said this was impenetrable. I can't even do it with a straight face. Here's a walnut. For you.
Here's a walnut.
This is for your testicles. Okay. I'm sorry we took them from you.
Not a joke.
Sorry, we took that from you.
I'm giving you this walnut because you don't have testicles
Right,
anymore.
because you don't have them.
Ba-dum-bum.
Let's see what the patrons had to say. We got Bill Gerson playing along. Goes, come on, it's so obvious. With an already godlike physique, he has got to be Zeus.
You're darn tootin',
I know
William.
there aren't really any other one-liners
Bill.
for him. And Bard did a great job of playing him, but I do not care. I want to see Arnold do it. Plus, I'm sure it'll be way better than he was in Hercules in New York. Yeah, no, of course, Billy. Of course, man. Cam Sully playing along goes, it won't even raise this film above Red Sonja level, but recast Steven Dorff as Theseus and Arnold as Stavros. He wants to move Dorff into Theseus's part?
That's insanity.
What?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
And have Arnold as the sidekick to Steven Dorff?
So-
how dare you?
There are two insults there.
That's what I'm saying.
One is to Henry, and the other is to Arnold.
That's right. Listen, this is going to be second fiddle to this little skinny guy. He's got no shoulders. Okay, look at my body. It's fantastic. But sure, no problem. When I was a boy, I prayed to the gods for a horse. The gods never answered me. So I stole one instead. I mean, fine, but I think that's sorry, Cam.
But you don't move Stephen Dorff over to the other role.
No.
Have Arnie be Henry's sidekick.
Sure,
That's fine. They can work together.
Devin playing along with us, and he says, where would you put the Great One himself? I mean, I thought about making a Mickey Rourke's character, but then I thought, why not make him Zeus?
Yeah.
Because you were right. You were going to take this from everybody.
Yep.
You can imagine him coming down from the heavens, looking all jacked. Yes, and talking to Superman and telling him that he's the chosen one. Right? He'd be like, Henry'd be like, my God, he's the only person I've ever seen with more abs than me. They come all the way around the side. It's ridiculous.
Because he's Zeus.
That's
They're
right.
on the back.
He's got abs on his back. Run! Run! Would it be amazing? And then at the end, when they're all fighting, the Titans would just say, do you think you're all getting out of here? Stop it! Get back in your hole where you belong. Ah! I like that one, Devin. Johnny Golab says, if you say anything other than Zeus, I'm giving you the VIP treatment at the next Metal Bowl barbecue. Yes. I love it.
It's where you go to get Greek barbecue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hold on, it'll be ready in 5 minutes. It's almost done. Dave, don't call him Paul Parkinson, says, well, I think I watched Immortals, but it was hard to tell because it was filmed in the dark. Thank you, David. Maybe should have thrown in a few more lights. He says Zeus also, for he is a god. No more needs to be said. And then finally, here we should say thank you to Jason Backus, because it is Jason Backus's fault that we are watching and talking about Immortals, as he was the chooser as a full Dudikoff member, his first ever pick as a full Dudikoff member.
Thanks, Jason.
Welcome, Jason. Thanks.
He said Arnold as the monk. Hey, at least he hit him with something different here.
Yep.
It'd be hilarious seeing Arnold run around screaming with no tongue. What's wrong, monk? Oh no, the oracles are being cooked alive in the world's first air fryer. Good stuff, Jason.
Kinda
I
love
appreciate that, man. All right, guys. It's clear we've yet again established that Arnold would make, and there isn't another movie that he would make better with his presence. So I say it's time to move on to our actual awards, and we'll do that with our first award, the Will Patton Award for Intensity.
You want a war? I'll give you a war!
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night! And if they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm gonna take every last one of you out. You make sure
They remember forever. the night they played the Titans. What are you doing with a gun in space?
Ooh, Henry Cavill. What are you doing with that many abs in ancient Greece? Ridiculous. Will Patton. So it's for the actor that was the most intense, that even though they were in this sword and sandals flick, they were giving it like it was an Oscar level film.
Sword and sandals.
That's right. Sword and sandals. Billy Gerson comes in and says, Joseph Morgan as Lysander. Wow. If acting is truth, I truly despise this utter coward who betrays and murders his own countrymen in order to save his skin and later on regrets it. He does such a good job of being a coward that I dislike him even more than the main antagonist. You have to be doing something really right when you're making me dislike you more than the big bad of the movie. Either that or Mickey Rourke's performance was that bad. But the first vote goes to Joseph Morgan. Brian, who is your Will Patton nominee?
All right. I
get to go
love.
first now. Ha.
Yeah, see?
I figured you'd be happy about it.
I like
Actually,
the seat.
stole Stephanie's seat. I love Henry Cavill, and he is super intense, but I think there's moments he missed the mark. And maybe if he had his fallout mustache, it would have been a little bit better.
Oh,
But I'm going to go with Mickey Rourke. And I don't know if everyone will love his performance, but I thought he was super intense. And the man is a beast.
he is.
My mom told me stories of the Mickey Rourke, and to avoid running into him, the creepy, scary, mythical legend of Mickey Rourke.
He's a force of nature.
Yeah.
I'm very curious.
Yeah, he's super intense.
Yeah.
I liked his role. Thought he did great.
Awesome. Cam Sully says Mickey Rourke is Hyperion while he's basically in Steven Seagal mode where his stunt double is doing all the fighting while his voice is 80 yard in later. It's still an engagingly badass voice on display. Yeah, that's a good one. So that's a second vote for Mickey Rourke. Devin Milhoff comes in and says, I feel like the person that gave the most intensity would have to be Henry Cavill, Superman. While Lysander tells him that the pores are going to go the next day, and Theseus gets upset and ready to kill him, and then after his mom dies, he cranks it up to an 11, and it just stays there for most of the movie. So that's a vote for Henry Cavill, but still in the lead, we've got Mickey Rourke as we head over to Stephanie.
You know, I was back and forth between Henry Cavill and Joseph Morgan.
Ooh.
Yeah, so upon watching it the second time, I'm going to go with Joseph Morgan.
Wow.
Yeah, for Lysander. Like, he just, every moment that he's in this, he has just such an intensity to him that it draws my attention. And, like, Henry Cavill did a great job, but, like, Joseph Morgan, the fact that you can take my attention away from Henry Cavill means that you did a good job.
Dang, okay.
So, yeah.
I respect that take. That's awesome. Now we've got Johnny Golab comes in and says, Mickey Rourke, despite the fact that he struggled like hell drawing that bow the first time, despite it was really,
He was like,
I forgot about that.
I thought he was like building up power. You know, the longer I pull it back, the more power is built up in it.
Despite his off-putting jaw harp he's rocking, and especially despite his wardrobe of swingers kilts and Zoidberg hats, at least he tried.
At least he tried.
That's a third vote, so 3-2 right now versus Lysander, and right now Henry's out of the running. We'll see if that changes. Dave Parkinson says, I thought Henry Cavill as Theseus was pretty intense throughout and gave us a glimpse of the action star he would be. Oh, but he's flipping it here. But for me, it's Mickey Rourke as Hyperion. He was scary intense, dialed up to 11. Dang, with one vote to go, I thought I was going to bring this into a tie because I was also going Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have made it 3-3, but now it's 4-2. Henry, I thought, did it, especially during that last fight. And when his mom got killed, a bunch of other moments. Like, there were some big undersells, as you pointed out. But just for straight intensity, I thought he did really, really good.
No, he definitely did.
Well, it might be a foregone conclusion at this point. I shouldn't think it is math-wise, but Jason Backus says Mickey Rourke was super intense here. Sure, he was a mustache twirling and over the top, but the dude cracked more nuts than a Ric Flair low blow. Yes, woo! I love it. I believed his hate for the gods and his desire to have his name remembered forever. That means that Mickey Rourke is going to win the Will Patton Award for Intensity. Nice job. Well deserved.
Congrats, Mickey.
Yeah. He'll be excited when he finds out.
He will.
Yeah. Somebody will tell him. I'm sure.
Somebody will tell him.
Maybe.
He might
tell-
listen to our show.
Tell
Maybe
Ken Jeong to tell him
That's right.
on The Masked Singer.
Perfect.
I swear he was, but now I'm really like questioning myself.
What did he sing?
Do you remember?
No.
Can you guess?
I know he got like, yeah, let me just guess out of millions of songs.
Country Roads. That's what I'm guessing.
I'm pretty sure he was eliminated like the very first round.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Bill Gerson. I always think of Mickey Rourke as like Ernie Hudson in Ghostbusters. Like, if there's a steady paycheck in it, I'll believe anything you say. And so it doesn't surprise me he was on Masked Singer. He just was on Big Brother, I think.
I
and got
swear
kicked
he
off
was,
it.
and he was so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it was so bad.
Yeah.
And that's why I remember it, because I was like, who is this?
Rough.
And then he took the mask off, and you're like, ah.
Well, but will Mickey Rourke win the Worst Actor Award, named after Steven Seagal? It's time for the Steven Seagal Trash Can Full of Dirt Award.
Trash can, oh trash can, it's a trash can full of dirt, yeah.
Love never dies, and neither do they. Love is eternal, and that's a long time.
The eternity was important to the people in this movie. It's
Immortal.
about being
Love is immortal.
right? So we'll see. Billy Gerson says it goes to Isabel Lucas as Athena. On my first viewing, this was going to go to Matthew G. Taylor as Mondragon with his emotionless line delivery. But upon my second viewing, I knew it had to be Isabel Lucas. She has zero emotion, even when she's on the verge of death. And not for a second did I believe she was the goddess Athena. Mondragon at least had the decency to express some emotion when his eyes were getting pushed into the back of his skull. I blame my missing how bad she was on my first viewing on the beer I drank while I was watching it. Maybe it was just you were like, she's hot. And that's why he didn't notice that she was bad. Brian, who you got for your trash can?
It wasn't the beer, man. She Denise Richard herself through this movie. She was pretty worthless, I would say. Yeah.
Isabel Lucas was bad.
Yeah, same vote.
Yeah. All right. I respect it. Cam Sully comes in and says, Henry Cavill as Theseus. Yes, we could argue the others were flat, but Cavill's on the same shallow level as direct-to-video films he's been in here and doesn't connect in any way. Other actors did a lot with very little half the time, so why can't he?
Wow.
I honestly, I think it's a valid pick. I know I gave him the intensity award, but there was other times where he was like a plank of wood. We'll see what other people
he
say
probably
here.
planks a lot.
Devin says, so now that James finally came out with his video on how to do this award, subscribe to the Patreon, I would have to give this award to Snow White.
He gets it now.
Yeah, see? But really, I would give it to Freda Pinto. Honestly, I didn't believe her emotions or what she was saying throughout the whole movie. And what really cemented it for me was when they go to the hideout of bad guys and they hear the oracles in the Iron Bowl and she's screaming about her sisters. I really didn't believe her. Could have just had a trash can play that character and it would have been the same. Dang. So Freda Pinto gets a vote. No one with 2 votes yet as we head over to Steph.
Yeah, Athena has 2 votes.
Oh, that's right. You gave, Athena's winning 2 votes.
Well, Athena's going to keep winning because that's my vote. Isabel Lucas. Like, she was so flat.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, I'm just very pretty, and that's going to be my role in this movie. And
Don't forsake mankind.
I'm dying. The end.
All right, that's fair.
I am a goddess,
A lot of the gods were like that, but she had the most lines out of them.
That's true.
which was a shame.
Yeah.
Johnny Golab says, Mickey, hold on. He's got them out of order. All right, here we go. Johnny Golab says, the highly flammable priest, Mark, made of kindling Margulies. I'd say he was reading cue cards, but I'm confident he can't read. Wow.
That's right.
All right. Man, oh man. And then David, don't call him Paul Parkinson, says, I had 2 candidates, Joseph Morgan as Lysander. He just wasn't believable, even when he was having his testicles destroyed, and Isabel Lucas as Athena. To be honest, all the gods were wishy-washy. But I'm planting my flag on Isabel Lucas, which hurts because she's an Aussie. Oh, I didn't know that. Wooden delivery and just cutting it. Wow. I'm going Cavill here, guys.
Yeah.
I just, I know, don't give me that look. I like him. He's one of my favorite. This is what these are for. He's one of my favorite actors. I get excited when he's in a movie. I even wanted to see that dumb movie he did recently with John Cena and Argyle or whatever.
Yeah. Did you like it?
No, because I heard it sucked.
No, yeah, you probably heard that from me. It is not good. It's not good. We could talk about that some other time.
All right, that's fine. We will. But I was almost went and saw that just because he was in it. That's how
And
much I
Sam
like.
Rockwell.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I was so pumped.
So I say this,
That went in my.
I give him this award saying I love the guy, but this was not it for him. Sorry. It doesn't look like it's going to matter. It looks like Athena's going to win anyway.
Yeah.
But let's see what Jason had to say. Isabel Lucas. Okay. Gorgeous. Hot Babe Award. But her portrayal of Athena just was dry, empty, and boring. She didn't make you believe saving humanity and risking the death of her fellow immortals was anything other than just another Tuesday, to quote the GOAT, Raul Julia. That means that Isabel Lucas is going to win the Steven Seagal Trash Can Full of Dirt Award.
Congrats, girl.
Oh, man, what are you going to do? It was rough. But what we can do here is talk about a new award that we have. And I don't know if you guys have been here since we flipped the awards, but we have split the Steve James Award into 2 awards to try and solve the problem that everybody was having with it. So
I did see like the post in Patreon,
Okay,
and I meant
perfect.
to
to read
read
that,
it,
but I
didn't.
You should be happy you're not in the first seat then, because that would be a tough one just to pull out of your butt.
Shiza.
So the Steve James Award is now just the best supporting actor. So who was the best actor in the movie that wasn't the lead? Okay. And then the Unsung Hero Award is specifically for an actor that had one scene, maybe 2 scenes, barely in it, but crushed in the small time. Because we want to celebrate these actors that don't get a lot of recognition, don't get a lot of screen time. Think the boiling acid guy from Batman Forever, right? And that's what the Unsung Hero Award is. So the Steve James is what we're starting off with, and that's going to be for the... damn it. That's going to be for the best supporting actor. Let's get it.
You know, every place you go, there's always someone who thinks he's a badass, right? Then there are those few who are. Are you some kind of a badass karate boy?
All right. Billy Gerson kicking us off, and he says the best supporting actor was Steven Dorff, 100%. As Stavros, I found him to be very likable and was sad when he bit it. Every movie I see him in, he overacts big time, though not so much in this one. And that's what I like about him as an actor. Even when he's in terrible movies like Alone in the Dark. All right, there you go. Brian, who was the best actor in the movie that wasn't, Rourke and Cavill, basically?
I'm going to go there. I do feel like there's several good answers. I'm going to go with Poseidon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else is going to pick that guy, but when he was on the screen and he was helping out, besides when they're hanging out on the cloud porch,
sure,
they're all pretty lousy up there. But his fighting scenes were awesome.
That's a great pick.
Out of all the gods tearing it up at the end battle there, he was the most badass. So
I love it.
Give him to Poseidon.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Cam Sully comes in and says, here goes. Oh, Steven Dorff as Stavros. Hard to believe this is a year after his acclaimed role in Somewhere. He brings the only amount of range or characterization. Well, Cam, we know you loved him because you said you wanted to switch him into the main character role. And as much as I disagree with you about that, I do agree with you that Henry Cavill was bad in this. So at least we're on the same page there. And then Devin Milhoff comes in and says, Steve James would go to Luke Evans as Big Daddy Zeus. With how emotional he was ever since he came on screen and was revealed that he was the old man the whole time was pretty mind-blowing. But with him killing Hermes and then telling Theseus that he's on his own and then having a funeral for him was really good. And then the huge fight at the end with the Titans was awesome. Luke Evans gets a vote. I think everybody still has one vote as we head over to Stephanie.
I think I'm going to go with John Hurt.
John Hurt.
Yeah, I liked him as the old man. And I mean, he did exactly what he needed to do. And I enjoyed his role. And I also think of him in Harry Potter as the wand guy.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So you gave him the award because of a different movie. That's cool. Yeah. That's cool.
Did I follow your rules?
No, we'll just do whatever we want. That's fine. That's fine.
Stop throwing ninjas at me.
I'm going to give it to Stavros because of Blade.
No more ninjas.
Johnny Golab comes in and says, there's a lot of nothing in this. So for her bravery to go all out, the Van Damme bare ass in the moonlight, Frida Pinto
bare ass
gets
she really did full ass. She put her full ass in this movie.
Yeah. And we still have nobody with 2 votes as we keep going. I love this. Dave Parkinson comes in and says, Steven Dorff as Stavros. Okay, so that's 2 votes for Steven.
Yep.
I enjoyed what he did. Or maybe 3 votes for Steven. Because Gerson also went Steven. I enjoy what he did. He was good foil for Theseus and brought a little bit of lightheartedness. I was actually going to go Luke Evans. I think it's still 3-2 with Stavros in the lead here, but I really liked Luke Evans. It made no sense to me that he was a young guy, but I thought he played the role with to play Zeus. It takes a certain amount of like authoritativeness to play the movie with, and I thought he did that.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he was bad. Miscast.
Yeah, miscast for sure.
But he did well with what he had.
Yeah. And then finally, Jason Backus comes in and says, Steven Dorff seals the deal. Stavros is the everyman character that tries to keep the story grounded, if that's possible, and gives some heart, a faithful sidekick to the end. But next time, just go see these women down south instead. Yeah, you should have listened to yourself there, buddy. That means that Steven Dorff is going to win the Steve James Unsung Hero Award.
He's got to be a supporting character because he can't carry it on his shoulders.
I like it.
He has small shoulders.
The Unsung Hero Award, we don't have a song or a jingle for, so we're just going to get right into it here. And the Unsung Hero, according to Bill Gerson, is Mark Margulies, is the old priest that got set on fire. He may have only had one scene, but it was one I won't forget. I also picked him because I could not remember anyone else that's only in it for just 1 or 2 scenes. Hey, that's a good reason.
That is a good reason.
All right.
When I saw him in that scene, I was like, this is who's going to win this award because they recognize him. Breaking Bad, all the other things. Yeah. They recognize that guy so they can recall him.
I'm not just screaming for no reason. James is throwing ninjas at me.
I'm trying to do it when you're not expecting it. I'm still upset about your pick.
I got the whole barrel now, James.
Dang.
Okay, sorry.
It's all right. I'm going to go with the Beast. Damn it. I got hit by a ninja.
The Beast.
I'm going to go with the Beast.
The Minotaur.
Yep.
That's a good one.
A good croquet shot and then a battle with Cavill. I thought he did good. Maybe oversold his death, but...
a little bit. I like that, though. Cam Sully did not pick one. Devin Milhoff says, my unsung is going to go to John Hurt as the old man. Yeah, he was only in 2 scenes. If it wasn't for the old man training Theseus, then he wouldn't have been ready to fight and then would have died instantly. But then the big reveal, the end telling Theseus' son about him, one day he would have to help. Amazing. All right, so let's a vote for John Hurt. Love it. Johnny Golab comes in and he calls it the Al Leong. Just because he reminded me of Pat Roach and Conan the Destroyer. Robert Malate as the Beast. So looks the second vote for the Beast. The barbed wire bull helmet guy. I like that pick, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Barbed wire bull helmet guy.
Yeah. Who'd you go with, Steph?
So I'm actually going to go with Aisha Isa, and she's one of the priestesses. And
which one?
She is
the one that got cooked?
One of the ones that got cooked. Yes, one of the ones that got cooked. But there's like a scene right after they kill all the guards and they're like scrolling past her and her eyes, she just has like these super intense evil eyes and I love it.
Okay.
And she was in it for barely any couple of scenes.
Okay,
I'm trying to follow the rules.
Okay.
You know what?
No, you're following
here's more
the rules.
ninjas.
But was it because of some other movie she was in? Is that why you gave it to her?
No.
Okay.
No, literally, her eye contact in literally, like it was that one scene.
Sounds cool.
And
wish I could have seen it, but it was in the dark. So I don't know.
That's true. It was in the dark. You're kind of old, so I understand.
All right, fine. Dave Parkinson went John Hurt, classed the place up for his, so that's a 2-2 tie right now. But I'm actually going to go with the Beast also. I thought he was the coolest bad guy, even cooler than Hyperion himself. So I'll make that a third vote for him. And we head over to Jason Backus for the final one. He says, I don't know what that log was made of that Theseus was trying to chop, but holy crap. Need the backstory on that. But seriously, though, Helios only had a few scenes, and he did a good job showing he cared for mortals and totally sold that fire whip. The fire whip? Well, Helios.
Is Helios probably the old man?
What?
No, Helios was the one I think that got whipped by the fire.
I thought Ares was the guy that...
I thought it was Apollo, so who knows?
It doesn't matter because the Beast is going to win. Woo! So, nice job there. It all worked out. Robert Mallet as the Beast. Congrats, man. Well, it's time to do our Sherilyn Fenn Hot Babe Award. Oh. And, there's a lot of options. So, really, it's anybody's game here. And I'm only doing this because I want to do the Rain Award. It's a movie befitting of having a Rain Award, but we always start with the Sherilyn Fenn. So, we'll see what everybody had to say, if they in fact included anything. So let me just check really quick to see who did. Johnny Golab, Never Lets Me Down. Isabel Lucas, Athena, Goddess of Wisdom, and Nocturnal Emissions.
Yikes.
Love that. And then Jason Backus did say earlier that Isabel Lucas is also. So 2 votes for Athena. No love for the Oracles.
I'll take the main Oracle.
Freda Pinto.
Freda Pinto.
All right.
Wait, do I have to pick a woman?
Yes.
Oh.
It's a hot babe award.
We're about to give out the Hot Dude Award in a minute.
Oh, okay. We're going to get to that. Okay.
Yes.
Well, just making sure. Then yeah, Frida Pinto for sure.
Oh, look at this. You guys are going to put it on me to break the tie. It's way, way not even close. That's not good English. It's not even close. One is way hotter than the other. It's Freda Pinto.
Okay,
Guys.
yeah. I was worried for a minute.
Not even close.
Not even close.
The gold armor had these guys, it was shining in their eyes or something. I don't know what it is, but she was way more attractive.
Yeah, and her full butt was out. I mean, come on.
All right. You brought that up 4 times. I think you were more excited about that than I was.
Did I? I don't think
you
it was
did.
4 times.
I think you did
Was
that
it
one
5?
time before you got here. You opened the door, and I was like, "Hey, Steph," and you're like, "Did you see her butt in this movie?" I heard that.
I mean, maybe.
Okay.
Including
It
the
was a
3
nice-
texts we got today.
It was a nice
That's
butt.
right. That's right.
What can I say?
All right. Well, let's do the Rain Award, okay? The Rain Award, according to Johnny Golab here, Kal-El of the Rings, no. Chronicles of Rivia, no, that's dumb. Got it. Clark of the Titans.
Nice.
Love it. Henry Cavill gets his vote, and I don't think anybody else did a Rain Award, so it's up to us. Who is, they got a lot of abs in this movie, a lot of dudes looking good, looking jacked. Even Mickey Rourke, we saw his arms a couple times. He put some work in. Okay? Just saying. I'm just saying.
Man, I didn't think about that, but
Who's your Rain Award?
He's been meal prepping, that's
no,
for sure.
saying
no,
that.
consider it.
Steven Dorff?
Nope. Not Steven Dorff.
I
for
really
me.
love narrow shoulders.
Oh, I bet you do.
No, I don't want to see with my own eyes anymore. Give me Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. All right. Nice. You just want the future right out of your brain.
Henry Cavill.
Were you just making fun of Brian?
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'll throw one for you.
Sorry.
Cavill.
Cavill. All right, Steph.
mean, I'm-
Who's the? All right, I'll just. You know what? I'll answer for you.
What if it's not the answer you think?
Mickey Rourke.
Obviously.
Henry Cavill.
No, actually.
Who is it?
I know. Now you're all wondering. I'm not gonna lie. Luke Evans in this movie.
Oh, why didn't I think of Luke Evans?
Especially when he has the Captain America holding the helicopter moment.
Really,
Man,
Luke Evans?
I don't know. There was something about him in this movie that got me, even over Henry Cavill, which is kind
Wow.
of insane, to be honest.
Yeah.
But there's some. I don't know.
Okay, I respect it.
His demeanor, his body, his face.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick Luke Evans too.
He is fine.
I think he was great in this. So that means it's gonna be a tie.
I mean, I'm even
He doesn't have
looking
to be
at.
great in it.
I'm looking at the
I
Immortals
mean,
cast
he's
right
great
now.
in it. Like he looked fantastic. What's that?
I don't know. I'm looking at the Immortals cast right now, and their like cover picture, and
Yeah. Got it. Okay. All right. That means we're gonna have a tie, and ultimately Henry Cavill, Luke Evans are gonna take this one together. They'll share it together.
I would take
great.
them together.
Be beautiful. Okay. Let's land this plane before we really get into trouble. It's time to give our final ratings. Subjective, objective. You know the routine at this point. We'll start here with Billy Gerson. I'm so frazzled now. Any movie I do awards for, I always watch twice. That was very hard for me to do with this movie. I will admit that all the action scenes were done very well. It's likable protagonist, hateable antagonist, cohesive plot, and solid score. I even love that it's based on Greek mythology. My only real complaint is that the gods don't seem very godlike. But that's not the problem I have with it. The real problem I have with it is after the first watch, I had zero interest in ever watching it again. And I will never watch it again. So for me, this has to be a good movie that sucks. You may ask, how much do I not want to watch it again? Let me put it this way. I would sooner seek out and watch the 1993 live-action Super Mario Brothers multiple times than ever watch it again. Bill Gerson, planting that flag. We love it. Thank you, sir. Brian, the floor is yours on Immortals. I'm sure you have complicated feelings about this movie.
Yeah, I also just watched Super Mario Brothers not that long ago. for the first time.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's hard to find. You can't find it anywhere.
No,
I
yeah.
rented it from the library.
They're trying to make it not available. So
I'm sure, yeah, they're hiding it from everybody because it's bad.
Right.
Not bad like Immortals, because Immortals was good.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie for all the reasons that he pointed out. So, good movie, objectively.
Yeah.
And subjectively, I liked it.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Brian.
I liked this movie.
So
I had a good
disappointed
time.
in you.
I would watch it again, probably. I mean, I'm not going to do it anytime soon because I watched it twice before this.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, no, I had a great time. I love Henry Cavill. I love Mickey Rourke. I thought everybody was really fun.
Again.
I didn't want you to make fun of me again, Stephanie.
You liked this movie?
I did. I like this movie.
You don't care that you can't see it?
I really think it's a lot of you, James. I was with you on 13th Warrior, okay? I couldn't see crap in 13th Warrior. And
My wife came downstairs and asked me why I'm looking at a blank screen.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
Maybe that's why I hated
You
it.
had your TV off.
Yeah, I was saying, I don't think he was even playing.
This movie sucks.
She was watching in the other
What is
room, and
this?
so you just heard it.
Yeah.
Fine. Oh, go ahead. I shouldn't interrupt you anymore. What else do you have to say about it? Anything?
No, just that it's good. I liked it.
God. Okay.
I won't interrupt you anymore, but are you done?
I'm just kidding.
I know you are.
I can't believe you like this. Cam Sully, bad movie, full stop. It's watchable, not memorable, exciting, overall disgrace to Greek mythology. The filmmaker is good at some visual flashes, but unable to connect with the audience and showcase an actual vision. Cam Sully, flag plant. And then Devin comes in, swoops in. I really wasn't sure where to put this, but it's okay performances and it's okay storytelling. But what really sold me was the speech that Theseus gave to the army. Got me so amped and wanted to fight beside him in the end fight scene where the gods were fighting the Titans. When the gods would kill the Titans, they would be suspended in the air, and the kills were just really cool, honestly. So I'd give this a bad movie that rules. All right, man. That's cool. We went all over the board so far. Bad movie, full stop. Bad movie that rules. Good movie that sucks. Good movie. I think we've had all 4 of our ratings.
Wow.
Look at that. And we're not even half done. Stephanie.
Oh, man. Okay. Put that ninja down. Hand me that ninja, Brian.
Oh, sure.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
All right. How do
so-
you feel about it?
We ready to face off? All right, let's
I'm
go.
ready. Let's go.
Yes, thank you.
I have a yellow door ninja. These are the best ones.
I have a white sword ninja.
Perfect.
Okay, the first time I watched this, I was almost like confused. I felt like the pacing was really weird, and like literally the only good part about this movie to me was that Henry Cavill was like shirtless 90% of the time. And I
Fair
was like,
point.
I was like, okay, whatever. Ryan's like, what did you think? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. And so that's why I had to watch this again on my phone today in between meetings at work to try and like decide how I felt about this freaking movie.
Is that where you saw it better, too, on your phone?
I did not. No, it was
First on your phone?
worse.
You had more of a glare.
It was
probably.
much worse. I could hear it though.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately I couldn't see the 8-pack on my phone as well.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was a bummer. Ultimately, I love movies like this because I like mythology and I like fantasy and I like 8-packs.
She's
on
talking
men.
about the butt again.
And I like butts. I like just bare butts. I'm going to do my first vote ever of a good movie that sucks. This is a good movie that sucks. Like it just... it could have been so good. It could have been so good. And they just effed it up. They effed it up, but I would watch it again.
Okay.
Not anytime soon, like Brian. I wouldn't watch it again like
I will
now.
put the ninja down. All right, so a good movie that sucks. Cool.
Yep.
All right, Johnny Golab swoops in and says, didn't know I needed a foosball themed orgy in my life, but here we are. Thank you, 300 minus 1.
That's amazing that they had the same opinion
New
that
kink.
it's a foosball themed orgy.
Yeah. New kink unlocked. That being said, this thing shouldn't have been this boring. When the action does take place, it's cool, except 4 arrows being shot in succession, yet somehow reach the target at the same time. Too bad the god of the film wasn't hired. Too bad the god of film making wasn't hired. Not enough happens to make me or to keep me engaged. Blah color palette. Sets seem tiny and claustrophobic. Bad movie. P.S. Sign up for Patreon. Join us on the Discord. If not, James has given me full permission to stab any non-believers with a knife no wider than Joe's thumb. Jeez, that's a huge knife.
That's a huge knife.
Perfect. Thank you, Johnny.
Also, I agree with so much of that, though. Like, it really was a blah color palette.
Yeah.
And
rough.
the sets were, like, somehow overdone and underdone at the same time.
It's true. Dave Parkinson, all the way from the other side of the world, says it was a meh movie. Decent action, storytelling was willful, effects and sets were solid. For me, bad movie that rules, won't watch again. Cheers, Dave, Paul, Parkinson. And we'll leave the final word for Jason, who is his full Dudikoff pick. And let me just tell you, this movie sucks. Dang. Okay? It's bad. And you can cock that ninja back and whip it 100 times if it makes you feel better. Okay? Sorry about Freda Pintos, but this movie was so boring, you guys. I was bored out of my mind. What is it, a 2-hour movie? An hour 20 of it, nothing is happening. And for the few moments where he's doing the 300 thing where he's running and I'm like, yes, let's go. And it's over. Yo, he's doing it again. It's done. And the fight at the end, as I said, that 10-minute fight, yes, more of that. But nothing that led up to it was worth a damn. The writing didn't make any sense. The oracle that told the future that couldn't even connect with the script and the way they couldn't even write a payoff for that stuff in any way that was satisfying. It was bad. And I couldn't see the movie. That's also
That's
part
your
of
own
it.
fault.
That's your fault. Now, I think this movie, visually, it's done well. There's not a lot of bad acting in it. I think it's a well-made movie. I'm going good movie that sucks, but sucks hard. The filmmaking is admirable, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like, it's very beautiful, what I could see of it. I would never watch this again. I'd get Lysandered before I ever watched this movie again.
Dang.
Okay?
Wow.
It's bad. No, and I love 300. It's one of my favorite movies. I could sit here all day and watch Leonidas, walk up and be like, killing so many of your men has left a horrible kink in my leg, right? So kneeling's going to be difficult. Like, it's smack talk with the god and all the Xerxes or whatever, and all the stuff that happens in that movie is like, this movie wants to be that, and it never will be because it sucks.
Or did you want it to be that and it wasn't? So you think it sucks?
It came after it, and it's visually very similar.
I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's visually similar. I feel like
Yeah.
you're like, well,
And
I
even
want
some
more of that.
And even some of the action sequences were like, we're doing 300. Okay.
Oh, I definitely thought 300 the first time
Yeah.
he started going towards his mom.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how I feel about this movie. All right. Jason Backus says, okay, so this movie was my full Dudikoff pick because mainly the visuals are so stunning. Jason, I agree with you. The Immortals versus the Titans scenes draws me in every time. Cavill, Rourke, and Evans, his reign war. Oh, he did give one out here. Are great, other than the Cavill rah-rah speech. Yikes. But too many plot holes and a shallow story is in fast forward keeps this from being a good movie. So it's a bad movie that rules for me that I will gladly watch for the eye candy any time. Jason, great pick. And I think it's amazing. This was a 50-50 movie between the audience and critics, and these votes have been all over the place.
Yep.
So it all kind of bore out to be true. But that is going to put a bow on this one. So thank you, Jason, for picking that one. But thank God, thank the Greek gods above that we no longer have to talk about Immortals and we can move on to the next one.
Just go outside and say thanks.
Maybe they're out there watching on the porch. I see you up there.
They're within eyesight. You can see them.
I'm happy that next week we're going to be doing something different. It's a movie that might shock some people, but it does have the ratings to qualify it for BMR, so don't get all upset right off the bat. But we're going to be talking about Beverly Hills Cop 2, starring Eddie Murphy, We're not doing the first one because it's too highly rated, but we're doing the sequel. 2 and 3 are rated low enough to do on the show. And so join us next week. We're jumping straight into the sequel of Beverly Hills Cop. You guys seen that one before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah. Haven't seen him in a long time, but I remember enjoying it. I know Brigitte Nielsen is in this one. Yeah. She's awesome.
It's been a while. They meld together because I did watch them all. Yeah.
Steph, are you? Of course you wouldn't. Why would you be?
I don't have time to watch good movies.
No, I guess not. Well, maybe it doesn't hold up. Again, I haven't seen it in a long time, so we'll see when we get everybody in here. But it's going to be a good time. I'm excited. We'll get Kurt. I think Kurt's coming in for Beverly Hills Cop. I think. Am I right? I don't know. I have to look at the schedule.
Yeah.
But somebody will be in these chairs.
It's just you by yourself.
And you know what? I
And
feel
the
like
ninjas.
if I keep throwing ninjas at people, eventually it is going to be me by myself. So I apologize to both of you.
Hey,
I
we're here with
respect-
everybody. Oh, hey, I'm Bob. Hey, I'm Kurt.
I respect the hell out of both of you and your movie takes. Not about this movie, but just all the other movie takes you've ever had. Okay.
But this movie, you guys could suck it.
Thank you so much for being here, Steph. Thank you, Brian, for being here. Thank you guys that wrote in the awards. We love all of you guys, and it might sound like I'm really just tired, and that's not the case.
He is tired. He's been yawning the whole time.
I'm just happy. Thank you.
like a little kid before
He's-
bed.
he's
He's just getting a little antsy,
He's content.
throwing things.
That's right. So,
He really
He
did.
had too
you
much
really,
candy.
you were like a kid before bed. I'm thirsty.
Stephanie, stop.
Drink.
Stop.
I need something to eat.
Stop.
Ah.
We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Get out of here with the ninjas, man. Where are you getting them all? Give me more ninjas, Brian. That'll like break something.
You know what? It's all fun and games until somebody takes somebody's eye out.
I feel pretty good. I got my glasses on. I feel pretty safe. I don't want to get me. Ow, you really threw that. I almost said shit.
I'm
And then you would have had to be. You can't.
right at the end.
You can't.
Strike the music. It's in the music.
This is like warm. You were like really palming this.
Yes. Yeah, right here. The
It's like really soft.
So it's mad.
Like it was
pliable.
Freda Pinto's.
Butt.
That's right.
She has a nice butt. What can I say?
So I was going to say this earlier. I want to disappoint you. She used a body double in this movie.
Did she really?
Yeah.
Well, whoever her body double was has a nice ass.